best place should help them in there. Now, for the third best place team, that will lie between Bosnia and Qatar. I think Bosnia should edge to go past Qatar in terms of the exposure of players that they have, players playing across Europe and having some good exposure and experience. So Bosnia should be able to go past Qatar, and I think that Switzerland, Canada, and Bosnia should be making it out of this group in terms of the three best teams out there.
Amazing stuff. And who do you think makes it out of this group as well?
I'm looking at Canada, Switzerland, and Bosnia qualifying out of that group. Qatar, the Aspar Academy team, they are still building the Qatar national team. It's still not there yet. So they are just consistently just making sure they are the World Cup, and that is really good. But as it stands, I tip Switzerland to top the group. Canada should come second, and then Bosnia come third with Qatar sits on fourth.
Amazing. So on stage now is the sporty ambassador, Burna Boy, representing Africa, on stage. Yeah, they have a song together, the Die Die.
So Shakira doesn't want to grow old or what?
Piqué is picking her up.
No, but
like Peter Piper picked a pair of pickle pepper.
They are divorced. They're divorced.
No, they're divorced together.
Yeah, they're divorced.
Chad, didn't say the person you deal with them.
Piqué has gone for a very young 21, 22-year-old girl.
Oh, fantastic. He wants to change oil.
And Shakira doesn't want to look as old. She also wants to look the 21, 22 still. And I don't know what she's trying to, but she looks too young.
Do you know hips don't lie? Hips don't lie. Hips don't lie.
And I think Burna Boy is enjoying the rapport. He's enjoying the vibe between himself and Shakira. It's a good sight to behold here. I think the Mexicans actually love entertainment.
Yeah.
When it comes to their movies, their music.
This is the hips don't lie. Hips don't lie.
Yes. She's whining it.
Yeah. He's running for. She's running for change your number to Baba Sporty. We're still live right here at the Beer Garden, getting ready. And Charlie, big opening ceremony happening. If you're missing it, Charlie, tune in to Sporty TV, tune in, and Sporty FM will give you all the details. Ellie will have to describe what we are seeing on the screen right now.
Piqué really enjoyed. Piqué enjoyed because what Shakira is doing here in the public. Imagine
behind closed doors.
Oh, Piqué. Anyways.
Oh my God. So Chris is enjoying the opening ceremony.
I'm collecting my eyes. Somebody will say.
We are not in Mexico, but we're having a good time right here at Beer Garden. We'll be drinking a lot of tail beer today. So if you're listening to us, kindly join us right here after work. We're live on Sporty 106.1 FM, and we are counting now to the big one between Mexico and South Africa. Right when this is over, starting lineups will be out pretty shortly, and I will ensure that we bring you all the action. Moving on to Group C: Brazil, Morocco, Haiti, Scotland.
Brazil sits on top with 9 points for me, followed by Scotland with 6 or 7 points. Morocco will come third, and then Haiti will sit on fourth.
Ellie?
Brazil should win the group, but I think Morocco will finish second. Morocco should go past Scotland. Scotland, yes, they have a good team, very compact, but with the kind of football Morocco have been playing, that high intensity, they should be able to have something against a compact side in Scotland. So I think Scotland rather should be finishing third for me, and Morocco should be second in there. At least it makes it easy for them in the next phase of the competition. Morocco.
Amazing stuff. That's what that looks like. Morocco have to actually look at the Azteca Stadium, man, Ellie. This is beautiful. Well, 82,000 people are in there today.
Yeah, but the capacity is almost up to
100,000.
Almost 100,000.
100,000.
But that's
When
crazy.
you add the Stampede Arena and all, where people are standing.
Yeah, the standing zone.
The standing area, you get
that's
almost 100,000.
Yeah, and Charlie is full of green shirts, man. Full of green shirts. Now, Group D: USA, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey.
A very, 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 very difficult group. Paraguay has a very young team. They've been building over the years. It will be challenging. Turkey has a very strong team. Australia have a very strong team in there. So for me, USA will go through based on home support. Will work for them. They will be able to go through. But asking to top the group, I don't I'm not sure they will be in that position to top the group. Turkey will make a statement. Now, if I'm to sit them, I think the top spot will be occupied by Turkey, followed by USA, followed by Australia. Paraguay will have to buy out because for me, for where I sit, I don't see them having that team to compete yet. They're still in the building process, so I don't think they will have that kind of urge to go beyond that. Australia, I think it's Raf that is coaching the Australian national team, right?
Yeah.
The Socceroos.
Yeah, Raf. So he's one of the master tacticians.
No, he's coaching Austria. not
Austria.
Australia.
Yeah, Austria. That's what I was trying to correct.
Raf
So
Rangnick,
yeah,
Raf Rangnick,
so
yeah.
Australia too has over the years proven that they are something to look out for. So for me, Group D is open to all, but if I'm to risk it, Turkey sits on top, USA, and then Australia.
Australia is coached by Tony Popovich. I think that Turkey and USA. I agree with Christian. Turkey, USA will qualify from the group as the first, second. In terms of who makes it third, it's between Australia and Paraguay to fight for. Whoever wins between the two should qualify to the next round of the competition.
Amazing stuff. Whoever wins between the two should qualify. According to Eli Kondo, who woke up early from his condo, came to join us right here. Group number E, Germany, the German machine, the diamond shaft. Curacao, the elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, and Ecuador.
Well, Germany should win the group. I think that they have what it takes to win the group. I want to see Ivory Coast finishing second in this group, and then Ecuador should come third. Curacao, they are debutants, so they can come and enjoy the competition and go back home. But I want Cote d'Ivoire to win that game against Ecuador and finish second, and then Ecuador can take the third place and follow them.
Amazing stuff. And yourself?
Ecuador, Germany is a cracker. That will be the split decision on who sits on top. That game could end in a draw, so probably both teams can have like 7 points there, or 8, or yeah, I think since it's. But looking at Ivory Coast over the years, they've paraded what we call players upon players, but then making a huge statement in the World Cup has been a challenge. Will history repeat itself, or this time around they have the boys who can do? They still have a rich squad,
Absolutely.
but do they really have a compact team? That is where my doubts will be. But they should sit third for me in this group. Ecuador is not a walkover. Trust me.
You see, what I think about this Ivory Coast team now is that gone are the days. In the past, they had star-studded players who were playing more of individuals than a team. But with this one, there are a lot of young boys in there, the Diomandes and then the Dues and all that. These are young boys who are coming in and they are being asked to play.
So, Eli, just hold your horses. The lineups are out for that game between Mexico and South Africa. And Mexico start with Rangel in post. Reyes, Montes, Vasquez, and Gallardo in the back four. Lira will be the sole anchor man. Alvarado, Gutierrez, Figaldo, and Quinones will be in support of Raul Jimenez, who's going back to Wolves. I don't know why he's going back, but he is. Yeah. But South Africa, they start with 5 at the back. Ruan Williams is in post. Modiba at left wing back. Madau at right wing back. Mbokazi, Sibisi, and Ocon are the 3 central defenders. Adams, Sithole, and Mukwena in the middle of the park. And Lyle Foster and Reynes will lead the line for South Africa. So the lineups are out. It means the die is cast. Yes,
that is a very solid lineup there from Mexico. And Eric Lira has been one of the fantastic DMs. If you've really paid attention to him, you could know that, yes, he's that guy that does all the Sergio Busquets kind of play. And when you look at the South African team, I'm kind of finding it a little bit strange. Mukwena sits in there for me. And looking at the goalkeeping position, I think Williams has not been that solid this season for him. I thought the Orlando Pirates goalkeeper was going to get Yeah, I thought he was going to get a nod over Williams, but again, Williams happens to be the favorite in there, so it's still okay there. But this South African team is a homegrown team. They've played against each other, and it comprises of Orlando Pirates, Mamulu Sundowns, and Kaiser Chiefs. So it tells you that yes, it's a homegrown players against homegrown players. And when you look at the intensity of the game and the physicality, I think Mexico will overpower South Africa when it comes to the physicality, because you know the South Americans and their energy. But when it comes to the flair football and trying to entertain and wow the crowd, South Africa has what it takes. The pace and speed to South Africa has it. So it's going to be an all-attacking game. When you look at the formation South Africa is deploying, they are playing the 4-3-2-1 system. That tells you that when defending, it's going to be a 5-4 at 5 at the back system again. So it tells you that South Africa has an intention of going all out to attack, what Mexico will sit and try to hit them on the break and the counter. So let's see how it goes. And I pray that this game will give us a memory of 2010 World Cup.
I mean, Nathan Kwao, South Africa have 6 Mamelodi Sundowns players in the starting lineup. 6.
Well, I mean, are we surprised? We shouldn't be. If you look at the football they've played in the last year or so, it stands to reason why they'll be there. They are freshly minted CAF Champions League winners. A lot of those players have been the backbone of this team ever since Hugo Bruce took charge. And I'm not surprised they dominate the squad. As you know, Chris was saying, he was talking about Sipo Chain. Sipo Chain is the Orlando Pirates goalkeeper, freshly minted PSL winner, now holds the outright record for the most clean sheets. I think Hugo Bruce is just going with what he knows. He's playing it safe. He doesn't want to rock the boat or change the dynamics of the team. So he's gone with people like Ronwen Williams, part of the Sundowns group. Modao is in the Modiba Adam Sitole and Teboho Mokwena and Ikram Reines, who's leading the line with Lyle Foster. So I'm not surprised. The only surprise for me is why Apollos is not starting. I figured that if South Africa wanted to play on the break, they would have gone with Apollos, who plays for Orlando Pirates.
Yeah, the number 7.
But it looks like, they've kept him on the bench for later, right? When now the game is stretched.
The Kwesi Appiah principle.
That's just on the lighter side. But yeah, for me, that's the only surprising thing. The final thing I'll say about South Africa is this. I wish Hugo Bruce had found somebody to give competition to Mudau, their right back. Why? When I look at Mudau, I think it's a player he works hard, but I think there's an error in him. Every time I've watched him play, it always looks like he's about to make a mistake, or he just looks like a player who may commit an error at a point. So I figured Hugo Bruce would have found somebody to give Mudau some competition, but Mudau gets to start. So this will be fun to see. Who will I be looking out for? Ronwen Williams, Modao Mokwena, and the 2 guys up front, Ikram Reines, who very reliable goal scorer, and Lyle Foster. And Foster fascinates me as a player because he goes in and out of the team. Sometimes he's in, sometimes he's out for non-footballing reasons, but he now gets to play. Let's see how he handles the game, because South Africa won't have a lot of the ball. So he and Reines will have to be very strong in the press. They'll have to play in their half, probably play with their backs turned to go, because South Africa would want to play on the break. And once it gets to them, they will now need to find chemistry amongst them to see what they will get. That's why I think starting Apollos would have made sense to me. But it's what I'm seeing is a team that wants to play it safe.
But if you look at
Hugo Bruce, I don't think he wants to expose his team to the pressure, because the first 20 minutes, Mexico would want to score and power pressure on the South Africans. So I think it's a setup that is built to keep Mexico at bay, keep South Africa in the game, let the game cool down, and then they'll start to express themselves on the ball.
Amazing stuff. Yes.
When you look at the South African team, they have one of my favorite players on the bench. That is Mofokeng is still on the bench. I think he will be the game changer for them when the going gets tough. So I think, this selection will make a lot of sense looking at the tactics and what he's trying to deploy.
I hope that South Africa doesn't crack under pressure, because the Mexicans will start look at the number of people.
It's a green stadium.
They will be edging the players, so they'll play the first 20 minutes with a lot of intensity, hoping that they can get the breakthrough. But if South Africa can withstand the storm of the first 20-25 minutes, they'll start to get on the ball. and then we'll start to see the quality they have. This South African team is a well-coached team. It's a balanced team. I love the fact that it's not a South African team big on names. They are more of a team. But Hugo Bruce will have to guide them through the first 25 minutes. Once the game cools down, I think we'll start to see a lot more quality from the South Africans.
I mean, Rangel is talking to the ball, telling it, you are not going past me today. But then again, talking about the Eli Kondo, and we've looked at the approaches. Where do you think this game will be won or lost? South Africa are playing 5 at the back. It looks like they want to be a lot more conservative. Mexico, this is not one of their greatest teams. I mean, a lot of their stars have said, listen, they don't have crazy expectations for this Mexican team. But what on?
I think the game will be won in the midfield because if you look at the South African team, though they are playing a 5-back, there'll be a lot of variations in there. So if they are attacking, they're going to be having a lot more men in the midfield. You see Mudau and Modiba, who have the pace to be running on the full flanks, will be joining the midfield to make it 5 in the midfield there, and then 2 attackers. So once they have more men behind the ball in the middle, it gives your team some good cushion. South Africa will be packing a lot of men in the middle compared to Mexico, who are looking like a 4-3-3, but when they're defending, it's going to be a 4-1-4-1 for them. Also trying to have a lot of men in the midfield. So it's going to be a very compact midfield game. As to who will be using the laterals more would help. Now, if you see the South Africans, you see that Mokoena and Adams and Titole would be having the 3 anchor position in the middle. And they will now make way for Mudau and Modiba to be using the flanks there. How much crosses would they be making into the box for Forster and Reynolds to be attacking? So these are the key elements of the game that will really work out for us. So those who will be using the flanks more have an advantage because the middle will be really, really choked. And I think that the Mexicans have the pace and the good wingers to have that advantage. We have Alvarado, who is very pacey on the right-hand side there for me. I think that with Jimenez up front, if he's able to have his day and get connection to those crosses that will come into the box, they can do something. And that is why I think that the Mexicans will have something working out for them. Because one thing about the South Africans is that now you are going to be pushing a lot of men in the midfield as well. If there's a counter or a quick counter from the Mexicans, they like to play on the attack, break on attack as well. So once they have that quick, how would these South Africans be able to retrieve quickly and be able to get back into shape in that 5-5-5 back formation? And so if you're not doing that well, the likes of Mudau, yes, he likes to go up there, but in terms of retrieving, if he's not retrieving well, he's going to be committing fouls. And when you start getting your yellow cards, it depletes your intensity in the game. Same applies to Modiba as well. Also wants to go forward on that flanks. How well did they recover and retrieve to defend? So these are the little things that might go hunting them in there. And I think that Mexicans can take advantage of this.
Amazing. We are still live right here at the beer garden inside Nyaneba. And the excitement is building up. The South African players are seeing Jama.
As usual.
I don't know what they are singing. Maybe they are singing Africa. That's their anthem, by the way. But Chris, Ellie said it will be won in the middle of the park. I mean, this South African team is pretty athletic. Do they have what it takes on a hot afternoon in Mexico City?
Yeah. Ellie was spot on in the midfield battle. Anybody that loses the midfield loses the game. But one thing that I am looking at is both teams to have men that can be very pacey on the flanks. So it's another part of the pitch that can be exploited. And when you look at South Africa, most of their league matches, the games, they take advantage of running on the flanks. They are more of like opening their game. Let's play wide football. Whilst Mexico to also play that kind of football. But Mexico blends it with a flair of holding the ball, a flair of tiki-taka. Let's keep the ball going. And both countries are countries that play with high intensity and a lot of energy. So it's going to be a game that we will keep our mouth shut to the 90 minutes. But again, like I said, I want to see that kind of 2010 fever back again in this opening game.
Amazing stuff. Will we see that or not? The World Cup is upon us. Nathan Kwao wants to give us a word.
Yeah, we are talking about all of this. I just wanted to talk about the weather. I think it's quite hot. The match is being played, I think, 2 p.m. Mexico time, I think. So the weather, I suspect, may play a role. I wonder if these teams are ready to give us an up and down encounter because it will look very energy sapping playing in this kind of heat. But as I said, because they are cooling breaks and all, so maybe they'll manage. But going back to what I said earlier, I still think that because Mexico are playing that opening game in front of the fans at the Azteca, they would want to make those first 25 minutes very complex for South Africa. If they get a goal, they'll be very happy. They hope to break the South African spirit, pile the pressure, and put them away early. The key for South Africa is managing those first 25 minutes, right? That's why I like what Hugo Broos has, that the principle of packing putting 5 across the back, reinforcing the defense and all. But it should be an interesting one. I want to see how Mexico handle the pressure of playing at home in front of their home fans. Assuming this game is 65 minutes old and it is goalless, how will they handle the expectation? How will South Africa feel after 60 minutes is goalless? Will they now begin to be adventurous to see what they can get? It should be a fascinating one. But I guess for the two teams, they are playing in a very special game, the very first game of the 2026 World Cup. So let's see what they give us. It should be a very good game. I hope the two teams enjoy the occasion, understand the occasion, and give us something fun to watch.
But Nathan, Lau Foster is the man that South Africa will look to get them the goals. He's sort of lost his place in that Burnley team, and he needs to reintroduce himself, etc. Would that put a lot of pressure on him in a game like this?
Look, if you look at the position that South Africa may be in terms of playing under pressure, a lot of the work for Lau Foster today will be maybe helping out in defense, being a little isolated. He's up top with Ikram Reyners. The two, and especially Foster, a lot of the work will be how they handle the little possession they get, how much they will contribute defensively, how ready and willing are they to run. Because assuming South Africa is playing on the back foot and they need to find an escape, it is to deal those two that they will look to. They will look to Ikram Reyners and Lau Foster. But for Foster especially, I think that he hasn't really glittered as a South African. His international career has not been the greatest. A lot of the guys in the team have had better national team careers. So yes, you are right to an extent. He has to prove himself to Hugo Broos today that, okay, look, there's something I can offer this team, and I need to stay in this team for the next game. But it will depend on the 90 minutes or whatever amount of minutes Lau Foster is able to give Hugo Broos. Today is a game where hard work will be valued. A lot of effort will be valued by Hugo Broos. He wants to see those who are willing to suffer and work hard to get this team over the line. And today, a lot of work, a lot of effort will be required from Lau Foster as he leads the line.
Amazing stuff. A lot of effort from the man who plays his football in England as he leads the line.
One of the few foreign-based players.
Yeah.
In the South
They have
African
21
team.
home-based players.
Yeah.
21. I mean, I'm still waiting for when we would have that. Immortal and Abigail Sanders will say we'll get there.
Yeah, I think we will. You know, they speak about the clubs, and I understand. I believe that everybody in the ecosystem has a role to play. The FA has a role to play, so the FA has to create the policy and lead the way. But clubs themselves need to do a lot of things, right? Clubs will have to do a lot of work. So the business of football succeeding in Ghana is, you can say the FA, yes, because they lead. But I feel that people in the ecosystem all have different roles to play, and all of those things will have to come together. The government is also included, funding, planning, infrastructure, that kind of thing. So over time, hopefully, we will wait to see if we can get more players from the Ghana Premier League featuring for the national team. It will be fun. Until then, we'll have to work with what we have and work out. The South Africans are on the other side of the number line. They have more local players as compared to players playing outside. Even that, Hugo Broos, after the last AFCON, was talking about the fact that he believed that more South African players would have to taste football outside Africa, because he thinks that if they do so, it helps them. It enhances their horizon. It gives them a different perspective.
But it's not perhaps a lack of quality, because we've seen the likes of Lucas Radebe.
Radebe play outside, you know, and all of that. So, look, I guess all of it comes down to upping the levels of your own game and matching it to the global standards, right? And ensuring that you are doing the right things, ensuring that you are putting in the right amount of work, and then you can win the biggest things, right? Look, they talk about African countries winning the World Cup. Is it possible? Yes. Will it happen soon? I don't know. Because winning the World Cup goes beyond only the football you play 90, 95 minutes. There are different aspects of the game that I think a lot of African countries are beginning to invest in. It will take time. But once they are investing, those who are already at the top of the food chain are also investing more so that they can take giant steps, further. So it's an interesting conversation. But for Team South Africa, I think whenever we see them and we see their lineups, we are happy because a lot of their players come from the league. And that comes from the amount of money they've put in, their own development programs. We can learn a thing or two and accelerate what we are currently doing. So that one day, when we call a 26 for a World Cup, we can have 10 players from the Ghana Premier. That would be fun to watch. Or even 13, half the number. That would be great to watch. Until then, we just have to keep putting in the work and seeing what's happening. On our screens, though, because there's one player who scored 16, is it 16 years ago? Is it 16, no? 2010, 16 years ago, when these two teams met. Sips Shabalala.
I remember the dance, man. The dance was beautiful. Yeah. And I remember the goal. That was a massive bullet. It was a brilliant
counter-attacking goal. 3-4 passes, and Shabalala was scoring. So I'm sure he would have shared a thing or two with the current generation.
Absolutely.
Just to inspire them that, try and see what you can do for Bafana.
Amazing stuff. Bafana will be looking at. But I mean, before the World Cup, there was a lot of uproar with regards to one of the players who people thought after the 2023 AFCON would be going to this World Cup with South Africa, Percy Tau. He completely dropped off. He was one of the icons of that team.
Yeah, Hugo Bruce as a coach, when it comes to Bafana, he's been very tough with his decisions, right? And he's always drawn the line. He's always argued that if you work hard enough and you are good enough, you make his team. Percy Tau has had form problems, injury problems, and I don't think that Hugo Bruce would want to worry too much about Percy Tau. Look, if you are in good form, you make the squad.
Absolutely.
Every player who's in good form and has to go to the World Cup for South Africa is there. There's nobody who hasn't made the team who shouldn't be there. Look at Sipo Chain, Modal, all these guys, the Pirates players and all. Once Percy Tau wasn't in good form, it was always going to be tough for him, right? And for Hugo Bruce, he will make decisions that he believes will help him as a national team coach. So he's chosen the 26 who he believes can get the job done. Let's see. Have come a long way. Let's see what they can do. We've seen them 2 AFCONs ago in Cote d'Ivoire. They were lovely to watch. The last AFCON, they fell to Egypt. Let's see what they've learned from those 2 tournaments, and let's see what they can show all of us when they play against Mexico and they play those 2 other group games a little later in the competition.
Absolutely. Let's see what they have for us. And the countdown is on. In a little over 30 minutes, the game will kick off and the World Cup would officially be upon us. We are still live right here at the Beer Garden inside Nyaneba, where we'll bring you live action right here for that World Cup opening game. But then again, let's look at this Mexican team critically as well. And like I said, they've not got the most swashbuckling of personnel, but then again, the home advantage and the fact that they've got a relatively young team, etc., will spare them on.
They have a very young team, and all these players, majority of them play within their league. They know each other's strengths, weaknesses, and all that. And also, they have one of the best strikers in the modern day football, that is in the person of Raul Jimenez. So it tells you that if all goes well for them, they will play as a solid, compact team. And if Raul gets the right balls at the right time in the right spaces, they could punish South Africa. So Mexico is not a walkover, and they are here to make a statement. And I like the fact that they've started their World Cup on a very low key. It is we Africans, some Africans, that are making them get the hype because of South Africa and all that. But honestly, they are very compact, they are very good, and they have a very young squad who will be doing a lot of running and playing for the badge. So yeah, it's going to be great, and I can't wait to watch both teams kickstart.
Nathan, you look at the Mexican team, and one of their key men, Edson Alvarez, starts on the bench. Does that surprise you?
Well, I mean, not necessarily. This team has undergone some transformation in a while. And so if you look at Javier Aguirre and what he's tried to achieve with this team, I'm not surprised he's made some of these decisions. As I said, the profile of the team has changed. if you look at the squad, it's relatively younger now. They are trying to phase out some of the old lads. They are trying to move the team on. So I'm not surprised players like Edson Alvarez.
But Ochoa doesn't want to move on.
Yeah,
Ochoa.
I think this will be his final dance.
Yeah, they said a guy disappears. And he resurfaces every 4 years. You don't see him anywhere.
Yeah, I think this will be his last dance, and then he will move on. And then they will, because he's not even starting. Today is Rangel. Rangel is their goalkeeper, Raul Rangel, who's a local player, plays for Guadalajara. So it will be interesting to see. I have always wondered, right, how Mexico would evolve the team, because I remember they used to have this crop of very solid players. Some of them played in the best leagues. Now, a lot of the players are more home-based, play in the US. There's Raul Jimenez and a couple of others who are playing outside the country. So we will see. For Javier Aguirre, he's hoping that this will work. And for Mexico, they are also trying to overcome a hurdle that has been in their way. For example, they've never made it past the round of 16. So in a very long time. So they are also hoping that they'll be able to go past that. But the challenge is that now the World Cup is one round, like it's been extended by a round, right? So now it's round of 48, now round of 32, then round of 16, then quarters. So it's a bit more tasking on teams. Let's see if Mexico have got the bandwidth to go through these levels. But as I said, for them, their hope is to qualify from the group. If they can make round of 16, they'll be happy. If they can make quarterfinals, hooray! It's something they've not done in a very, very, very long time. That's why I talk about the profile of the team. Young, energetic, trying to rebrand and give the team a new face. So let's see. This is their first test. Let's see what they can do. Let's see how they begin this tournament, and let's see how far they can go.
Let's see how far they can go. And we hope they do go far because they are at home for this particular one. And they've sent a 17-year-old who people are saying would dominate and make his name Mora. Is it Mora? Is that his name? Yeah, I think that's his name. Gilbert, exciting young player.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for him to step up. Plays for Tijuana in Mexico. Is one of the local lads there, age 17. Good prospect, spoken, highly rated. He will get his opportunity today. He gets to start of today. He's part of the substitute. I'm sure he will get his minutes. The World Cup is always a great platform for some young players to shine, and I think Mora will get his minutes. This is I think this is a young team's World Cup. I just think that this World Cup is designed for teams that are young, stronger, and fitter. And as I said on the Sporty Breakfast, the World Cup will be won by one of two teams: the team that either dominates the ball or the team that plays on the break. I don't think a team, if you are in between, you win the World Cup, because it is too tasking. The weather is too hot to be running up and down. You will drain yourself out. So I think that this tournament will be won by the team that either possesses the ball, because if I keep the ball, you get tired. I can turn you around how much I want. Like they can do prime Barcelona, where they get onto the ball and they turn you round and round
Nathan,
and round and round.
I want to ask a question.
Or the team that plays on the break.
But Nathan, looking at the weather, don't you think it favors the African team? Some
It
African
could. You see, but the point is this. Okay, so which African teams? Because a lot of the
looking
African
at
teams,
Senegal,
the players,
for
a lot of them
instance.
play.
true, but a lot of the
Europe.
African players are now playing in colder environments. So they
Wow.
play in Europe now. You see, so once they play in Europe, I think that advantage is a little watered down.
But I'm also looking at it from when you look at a country like Senegal, looking at where these boys come from, and looking
Fair
at
point.
the endurance they had to go
Yeah,
through to get
fair-
to where
I mean,
they
it
are.
is true.
I think this could be.
It is true. It could work in their favor, but I just think that teams will be smarter. So I don't expect teams to be running up and down. No. I think teams, that's why I'm saying that the World Cup will be won by one of two teams. You are either a possessive team or you play on the break. And I think it's teams that fall into these brackets. I think those are the type of teams that will win. As I said, but if I have the ball, you work for it. If I play on the break, I conserve energy. I can spring on you 2-3 times a game and go and score. Right, so that's just what I think. That's just what I think in terms of the World Cup.
Amazing stuff. And a bit of historical milestone data for you. This match makes Estadio Azteca the first stadium in history to host 3 FIFA World Cup opening games: 1970, 1986, and 2026. So just in case you wondered, and it will be kicking off at 3 p.m. Mexico time.
3 p.m. Right?
Mexico
3
time.
p.m.
Yeah.
Mexico time. So
Yeah.
they are what, 4 hours behind?
Absolutely.
If you work the time.
Yeah. So it will be pretty hot for at least a little while, and we'll see who can outrun each other. We're still live right here at the beer garden inside Nyaneba.
We are the beer garden.
The beer garden. A lot of beer in the garden. Shout out to man like Steve, man like Fly Nima Boy, Abigail Sanasusu, Kelvin Oswansa, who will be on commentary today. Some scintillating and pulsating commentary from the maestro himself, Kelvin Owusu Ansa. And Kobe Perry's in the building as well. Kobe Perry will probably speak to some of the people in and around the place to ask them exactly what they expect going into this game. So over to you, Joe Latte.
All right. MC Kobe Perry, I was doing this metric in my head. When you were having the banter with Immortal and Abigail, I was trying to side. And I think they have a point.
Everybody has a point.
Do you know that I just realized when Nathan mentioned that Mexico has been to the World Cup 19 times and they have never made it past the round of 16? That's insane. 19 times. They have never made it past the round of 16. Ghana has gone how many times?
5.
And we have gone to the quarterfinals.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
But South Africa too has not gone past
Believe in the red, gold, green.
Please, the money Immortal gave you, please return it. Please return Immortal's money.
The red, gold, green, and the black star. Me, I don't have any other
But
country.
South Africa too has not made it past the group stage yet.
I said I don't have any other country. I don't have any other country. It's only this country I have. So I don't have a choice. All I have to do is to just believe and support my team. Hello, sir. I'd like to get some thoughts from our audience as well. I just want you to give me your thoughts. Probably you're not a football fan. This is your first World Cup. You just want to enjoy the experience. Just tell me how you're feeling so far. Hello, sir. What's your name?
Okay, so I'm William.
William. All right. Football fan, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Who are you supporting in this World Cup? I should say.
So I want to know this match or the World
In
Cup?
the World Cup.
Of course, Ghana.
Of course, Ghana. Charlie. Ghana. Oh, say, yeah. I say, your day down. You see, this be the reason why. This be the reason why they do agenda. Your day down. You did down.
If we're down.
Why for day down?
If we're down, because the expectations too.
Charlie.
Go down.
The boys will do it. Don't worry.
We are.
The boys will do. What about this match, though?
Mexico.
Hey, Charlie. So right now, what do you say your name was?
William.
So William Guerreres, what? Hey, Gonzalo, Charlie. Charlie, this is the only time I see Ghanaians, Africans having Mexican names, Mexican affiliations. Charlie, what at all? RSA do you people? Oh, Charlie, small issue come. Asemba munya botre. Asemba munya botre. Yeah, fanche. All right, so William is supporting Mexico in this one. Scores. What do you think the final score will be?
2-1, simple.
2-1.
Yeah.
All right, Charlie. The way they give the correct squad, they beg you. Sporty Bet app, be very, very easy to download. You understand? So click one. Then some small. You did already. They do some 1 or 2 things. Yeah. That's how we like it in the town. Definitely go on the Sporty Bet app. There are a lot of odds. See, today they cook some 19 million odds. 19 on Sporty Block. 9. I've never heard it before. 19 million. The maximum payout is 1.5 million. But we cook 19 million odds. Charlie, the Red boys say Charlie the way Ghana they flood, the way Accra they flood. Before buy land for airports residential, Laboni, you understand? Places where if it rain, you know, get issue. You understand? So go on the Sporty Bet app, put some odds, you understand? Put some nice money on some odds, you understand? So that you go fit buy land for Laboni, you understand? Some airports residential, you understand? Some prime area where if it rain, you just go come your balcony, just to watch things, yeah, enjoy the rain, you understand? That's how it's supposed to be, sir. Thank you very much. Your name, please.
Yeah, my name is Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, your expectations for the game, this particular game.
So the game, Mexico winning probably.
Hey, Charlie,
2-0.
and you are Your full name, please.
Oh, Jeffrey Jimenez Oshoshenko.
Hey, Charlie, Jeffrey Jimenez. Charlie Jimenez, Nyabemu. Charlie, see, your brothers be your brothers. So, you, all right. Final score, though.
Yeah, 2-0, 2-0.
2-0 against South Africa.
Africa, yeah.
All right, sure. Your team for this particular World Cup, the World Cup
Ghana,
2026.
Ghana, of
Ghana,
course, yeah.
Ghana,
Red,
oh,
gold,
say,
red, gold,
yeah.
green. Yeah.
Now they hear they go up. Now they hear they go up. Boss, your name?
My name is Godfred
Godfred
Hernandez.
Hernandez.
Yes.
Hey, Charlie.
Vámonos,
Charlie.
muchachos.
Hey,
Vámonos.
vamos, muchachos. Charlie, we try to speak. The man speaks Hispanic. Oh, Charlie, you put it speak too much.
Bueno.
Hey, come on. Charlie, what about this game though?
I see a 3-0.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie, you put the do South Africa dirty too much. You
Yeah.
put for relax for the team. Oh. On the other side, I don't know why I'm having this gut feeling. I feel like South Africa will disappoint us again. I'm telling you, this energy you will get against them, they go find some way disappoint you again.
And we still go congratulate Mexico.
Hey, Charlie, what's it do or die? Do or die. All right. But what's your team for the World Cup though?
I have to go with the homeland, Ghana.
The homeland Ghana.
Yeah.
These are some of the things I want to hear. You understand? Go with your homeland Ghana. Those who are supporting Messi and Ronaldo, they don't know you from anywhere.
Where?
You don't know them anywhere.
Oh.
You just want to die because of agenda. Because of agenda, you just want to go and support Messi and Ronaldo. You go. All right, boss. Your name. We are in the beer. I can see your beer. You understand? Charlie, locked in. This is happening in the town. You understand? You understand me?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
Carry yourself some beer when the beer. We are loud and active. Sporty FM 106.1. Your voice of sports. Say your name.
I'm Silvanos
Silvanos.
Silva.
Silvano Silva. Come on. Your team for the World Cup generally. In general, yeah. Which team are you tipping to win the World Cup?
Black Stars.
The Black Stars of Ghana. Yes, oh yeah, Ghana now, papa. Oh yeah, I believe that.
That's right.
But this particular game, are you going to do agenda or you are agenda or
right now,
you are stuck between what? A rock and hard place, eh? You just say, who should who will be on promise. Yeah. But everything will be fine. Don't worry. You can settle for a draw on the Sporty Bet app though.
Sure.
You understand? The last time I checked for a 0-0 draw was 4.35. Charlie, would the 100 be crap to swap? At least, yeah. You go fit 10 small the weekends. Like, if you put 100 set for top, Charlie, some small 10 in, at least some beer, and some. Yeah, in a beer garden. You understand? Yeah, that's how it goes down. Yeah. Kindly pass it to the lady. No, I want to talk to the lady. Oh, I want to talk to you. Obviously, beautiful lady. What's your name? Are you going to give us a Hispanic name, some nice señorita name? You know, talk to me. Rosalinda, eh? Talk to me.
My name is Esmeralda.
Esmeralda, come on, Esmeralda. Esmeralda, how are you seeing this particular game? How do you think this game will go?
I'm just here for the vibes.
You're just here for the vibes.
Yeah.
Charlie, I like the way you see, this is how bougie she can drink beer. You understand? She's drinking the beer in a bougie way. You understand? It's not just regular glass. No, some cup with some straw. There's some vibes. You understand? We're in the beer gardens, man, and definitely we're having a vibe. She says she's here to enjoy the vibe. But what's your team for the World Cup 2026?
Oh, Ghana.
Oh, Ghana. All right, definitely pass it to my chairman, my boss. Oh, my boss doesn't want to speak. Thank you very much, boss. Kindly let me know your expectations for this particular game, the opening game, and obviously give me your team for the World Cup 2026. Your name, please.
First off, my name is Alvaro Gutierrez.
Hey, Alvaro
Gutierrez.
Hey, Charlie. Alvaro Gutierrez is the name. Definitely your expectations for this particular game, the opening game between Republic of South Africa and the host nation, Mexico.
Okay, so first, putting aside sentiment and emotions. On a normal day, let's talk football. On a normal day, South Africa cannot beat Mexico.
On a normal day?
Yes.
Sure.
Especially with their current squad and form and their young team.
Sure.
And so I expect Mexico to beat South Africa 3-1.
3-1?
Yeah.
Wow, wow. This correct score day, I beg you. It has to bring us, man. This correct score has to bring us some coins. Kindly go on the Sporty Bet app and make sure you put some money, some good money behind some odds, and definitely you walk out a happy man after you enjoy yourself in the happy game. You understand?
Most
But what's your team for this World Cup?
I'm a Ronaldo fan.
Okay.
So I'm rooting for
Portugal.
But
All right.
France have a good team.
France has also have a good team.
Yeah,
What- can we is there a likelihood? I don't know how the pairings are. Is there a likelihood that would have France Portugal in the final?
Most likely.
The last time France met Portugal, it was in the Nations Cup, right? And Portugal won.
Yeah.
Well, let's just see. Let's just see. We have some days to go. Let's just see how it turns out.
We're going to have Messi handing over the World Cup to Ronaldo.
Messi handing over the World Cup to Charlie. You be prophet to her. You be prophet to her. You be prophet to her. Charlie, those two guys have sat on world football for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
It's been amazing watching them. I always say the best thing in my footballing life or footballing experience is to have witnessed Ronaldinho, Messi, and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
The fact that I witnessed these three people in football.
Yeah.
I don't care whether you watch Pele or Maradona. If I watch Ronaldinho, Messi, and Ronaldo, I watch them.
They are the best.
Trust
They are
me.
the best.
I will not lose anything
Yeah.
if I don't watch football for the rest of my life again. Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh,
and you
man.
know, football had a way to, rewarding hard work.
Sure.
And I believe Cristiano Ronaldo has lived up
worked
to that
hard enough.
expectation. Exactly.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's hope for the best for Cristiano
Most
Ronaldo.
definitely, Mr. Alvaro.
Sure. All right.
Thank
Alvaro
you.
Gutierrez.
Alvaro Gutierrez. All right, sure. I'm still taking thoughts.
How many hard workers the sport has not rewarded?
You said football doesn't pay hard work here.
No, football doesn't reward.
It doesn't hard work.
Football. You see, when you, for example, you play, you get to a final, and then they say that one team deserves. No, nobody deserves to win anything. It is won by those who win.
Who win?
No problem. But I'm saying that, you see, when we say that football rewards, for example, Ronaldo Luis plays some of the best
football.
Officer. He never won the champions. Does he make him a bad player? Zlatan, the great Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Does he make him a bad player? Didn't they deserve to win something?
Of course.
Football
At a point in time,
to them.
it makes sense though. At a point in time, definitely. But we pray.
That's what
we pray that this time, when it's the last dance of the two idols, one of them should win something again. I beg you.
No problem.
At this point,
but you see, on the day, you see, the prize is won by the person who goes to grab it.
Sure.
So if, for example, Portugal, quarterfinal, semi-final, extra time, Ronaldo, last second penalty, and he misses, and his team gets KO'd, will we say football is unfair?
No.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Charlie, they say the universe day inside though. Charlie, World Cup they play for 3 different countries. You know, be easy. All right, so I'm here with one of my favorite people. One of my favorite people in sports. He worries me a lot when it comes to sports conversations, and I love that. He's here today. Kwame Smith. Are you here with a Mexican name or not?
No, I'm just here to watch football.
You're just here to watch football and watch football. And of course, he's clad in his Barcelona shirt. They will not go anywhere without. Why? Like why?
It is what it is.
It is what it is. For Sabasa. All right. What's your take on this particular opening game, though?
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
High-scoring game. Wow.
Yeah.
I actually went for corners, though. I feel like there will be a lot of attacks. All right, 12 plus corners in this game. Soft money. Was soft. Say soft. 12 plus corners. This game soft.
There will be a lot
easy
of goals.
odds. Easy odds.
There will be a lot of goals, but I expect Mexico to.
A lot of goals in this game, but you expect Mexico to come top.
Yeah, because I think they are the host nation. They are playing at home.
Sure.
They have the fans behind them, so.
Sure.
Yeah, I think they will be the best.
Sure. Thank you. But what's your team for the World Cup, though?
My team for the World Cup.
Yes. I don't even know I'm asking you this question. Give me the mic. Obviously, it's Argentina. You're a Messi fan, so I don't need to ask you this. Obviously, if my guess is right, I have my corporate people here. 9 to 5 for now. As on my vibe, suits kakra, long sleeves kakra, casual kakra, shoes kakra. My 9 to 5 people are here. My corporate people are here. Definitely, I'd like to get their thoughts as well. You're a football fan?
Yes.
Sure. You want to enjoy the World Cup?
Yes.
How many World Cups have you watched? Like genuinely from game 1 to the final.
Okay.
How many World Cups have you watched?
Okay, 2.
2.
Yes.
Which World Cups are those?
Yes. so that was the World Cup in 2022.
Okay, 22 World Cup and then
Brazil 2014.
Okay. So far, this is your third World Cup you're about to watch.
Yes.
Lovely. Then you are quite rhythm with the game.
Yes.
How do you see this particular opening game?
Okay, so I see a lot of goals,
Mhm.
yes, and a lot of pressure from Mexico.
A lot of pressure from Mexico,
Yes,
a lot of goals.
They are the host nation, so they have a lot of fans
Sure,
who are
sure.
supporting. Yes, so my score will be 2-1 against South Africa.
Okay, sure. 2-1 against South Africa.
Yes.
But it be correct score. It be 4 cities, 35 pesos. 4 cities, 35 pesos. I do 12 plus corners, 2-1, and then over 2.5. Bet builder, soft. Soft. Quick bet builder. Just go on the app. You see BB is bet builder. Just put 3 odds there, then you are easy to go. You understand? Yes. Thank you very much. Kindly, your thoughts on this particular opening game. How do you expect the game to go? And then give me your theme for this particular World Cup, though.
Just like it happened between Qatar and Argentina.
Argentina.
The last World Cup.
Okay.
We are going to witness it.
Sure. So we should be ready for a surprise. Or the host nation will go down.
It's not going to be a surprise because Mexico is winning.
Mexico is winning.
Yes.
Whatever happens.
Yes, Mexico is winning.
Are you sure?
Very sure.
Okay. Kindly put your money where your mouth is. Go on the betting app and definitely do that.
Exactly.
Sir, please, I'd like to get your
So
thoughts.
they should go on the Sporty Bet app.
On the Sporty Stock Exchange.
The Sporty
You understand?
Stock Exchange.
When you say bet, it looks like
where?
Sporty Stock Exchange. You understand?
see,
We
I
are dealing in stocks. Is the numbers
We are
going up?
investing.
Yes, you have to invest in the stocks exchange market. You understand? 4 CDs, 35 pesos. It's a simple bet builder. Just put 100 CDs behind it, and you walk out of here happy man. There will be a lot of beer oozing into your body, a lot of beer. You enjoy the game and enjoy your money as well. Do you understand me? Thank you very much. I'll still getting thoughts. We're seeing scenes from the Azteca Stadium in Mexico. It's a wonderful opening ceremony. It's been amazing so far. I've got some thoughts from some of the audience here. We're still going around taking thoughts as well. I'm heading over to the general, the one and only Kwasifiaka up in the building today. General, from you. I know you don't work with the Stocks Exchange because you are already a millionaire journalist.
I beg you.
Millionaire journalist.
My helper might be in the building.
Oh, which helper?
My helper
You are
might be
helping
here.
us small. Which helper? Billionaire journalist.
My helper.
You don't need.
But the Tanko is planning to give me some block.
Oh, Charlie. But my odds for this particular game is simple. I feel like a bet builder of over 2.5 in the game. Correct score, probably 2 goals or 3 goals for Mexico. And then, of course, 12 plus corners. Over 2.5 is 3 plus goals.
No, over 2.5, yeah, 3.
More than 3 goals in a general game.
I don't see 3 goals in this game. I'll tell you why. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how the first 15 minutes go. It's an opening game, and there'll be a lot of caution being exercised by both teams.
Okay.
One, Mexico don't want to lose at home.
Never.
South Africa don't want to be intimidated, and they don't want Mexico to score early. So it'll be a very tight game. Hugo Bruce is a very disciplined tactician. He set up his team to limit the threats of Mexico.
Sure.
If Mexico go on to get an early goal, then we would have a lot of goals. After 35 minutes, if we don't have that, we are anticipating a very cagey game between the El Tricolor and the Bafana Bafana.
Sure. Lovely. Still taking talks. I see still people trooping in. We are at the beer garden right here at Laboni Osu. You just come in. It's free to watch. Come in, get yourself some beer, enjoy the game, enjoy the ambience. It's the World Cup 2026. USA, Canada, and Mexico. This is the opening game between Republic of South Africa and the host nation, Mexico. It's about to go down in a few minutes. We're set up. We're ready to go. I'm still taking...
Yeah, so the flags are coming out now.
Sure.
And I can see the red, gold, the green, and the black star of Ghana. Yeah, that's it, man. I think it's the best flag in the world. I mean, we can't argue about that, can we?
The flag that has been imitated and reworked on by several African countries. We actually set the pace. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I agree that's one of the best flags in the world.
And now the final flags are those of the host nation, the United States of America, Mexico, and Canada. And gradually, we are inching closer to the Global Football Mondial. The World Cup is upon us. The pinnacle of world football, where the best assemble to give us the very best of football. Over the next 30 days or so, it will be thrilling, it will be pulsating, it will be exciting. For some, it will be joy. For some, it will be heartbreak. For some, it will be an experience. For the rest, it will be a learning curve. But for us on Sport FM, it will be a roller coaster ride through every single kick, every flick, every tackle, every cheer, and every jeer. And we are delighted to bring you all the action on your radio sets, on your television sets, on your phones, most importantly, to your eyes, to your ears, and to your hearts. And very soon, Calvin Oswansa will join us with live commentary from the Azteca Stadium. But before we go into that, remember that we are live on Sport FM. We are the voice of sport from the beer garden inside Nyaneba. And I would like to take final thoughts from Chris, and then from Ellie, and then from Nathan before we inch towards kickoff.
It's a game, it's an open game, and anybody that takes their chances will win the day. But I'm hoping South Africa can put Africa on the map, give us a good show, and then let's see how Mexico responds to it. If Mexico wins, some of us will be happy. But if South Africa also wins, some of us will be happy because Africa has started on a good note. So for me, I'm in to enjoy total football. I am much into tactics, game philosophy, game changing plans, and how the coaches are going to deploy their men on the field of play. That is where my focus lies more.
Amazing. Is that Andrea Bocelli on the?
Yeah.
I mean, he can't see what's around him, but he definitely can feel it, and that's the spirit of the pulse. Feeling the passion and everything that comes with it. Your thoughts going into this one, Ellie?
Well, I'm impressed with the investment that Mexico have put into this opening ceremony. Lots of top music stars across the world have mounted the stage to entertain
Just look at the Ghana
teeming
flag right
fans.
there.
Yes, in Mexico there. Over 100,000 people and millions of people across the world are exposed to this, and it is good entertainment for this opening ceremony. I don't know how the Americans or the Canadians will beat this one though, but this is a pace setter for now for us to enjoy. But talking about the game, I think that let us not forget that South Africa have never qualified out of the group in all the last 3 World Cup tournaments they've been in. So with this one, they will be hoping a good comes out of it, but they need to start well. Starting well means they need to get a result against Mexico, which I doubt would happen because I think that the Mexicans are in a very, very teaming and exciting mood right now, and I expect them to win no matter what happens. But I think it's going to be a very tough, narrow game here between the two.
From a production point of view, this is epic. I mean, I look at things from a production lens as well. This is absolutely epic right here from the Azteca Stadium. And Nathan Kwao will give us his final thoughts as well as we inch closer to kickoff.
Well, it's the start of the World Cup. I'm excited. I remember when we were doing 100-day countdown and we got down to 50 and 40, and now we're here. Kickoff is what, 10 minutes away, 9 minutes away. It should be an interesting one. In terms of the football itself, I think Mexico will start strongly. They will try and get the early goal. South Africa will have to be ready for a tough opening 25 minutes. But after that, I think it may get cagey. For example, if the Mexicans grab a first goal, I think they will be a bit more conservative. If this game is goalless after an hour, South Africa will start to feel a lot more adventurous. What I will say is I'd like to see how the teams cope with the weather. It's quite hot. It's quite intense. Let's see how they take advantage of the cooling breaks. Let's see how they manage their energy and conserve their energy for the latter parts of the game. But we have liftoff now. It should be fun. It should be good. Let's see. Between now and the 19th of July, football will be the #1 topic. The World Cup will be on the discussion tables. Let's see how it goes. We are all ready to enjoy the World Cup. Let's see what Mexico, US, and Canada will serve us.
Absolutely. And in about 10 minutes or so, it will be kickoff time. And now I'm going to do predictions for this particular game. And I'll start with you, Chris.
I can't say anything for now. Let's see how the game goes for me. Because right now, trust me. But I think first off, I'll give it to Mexico. First off, I'll give it to Mexico.
So the people who are going to invest on the Sporty Stock Exchange are listening. What should they do? Mexico win in the first half?
Yeah. If you have any spare money around lining your Momo, just log on to Sporty Bets and then just do Mexico to win first half. Okay, just put some 200 Ghana cedis or 300 Ghana cedis. I think the odds will be good for you to get something within the first 45 minutes.
Amazing stuff. Eli Kondo, from your condo where you sit, what do you think will be a conducive score from the first half?
I think it will be a narrow result.
Man, look at the edifice. Look at that.
Yeah. This is well constructed, huge enough for 100.
And it's all roofed. For a stadium as big as this, it's all roofed all around.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm saying that they really invested in this one, and presenting the trophy from here is going to be awesome. See how it looks. This is beautiful. The Infantino lifting the trophy there with the beautiful actress. At times I confuse myself. She's Italian or she's from the Caribbean, Mexico, but she's just all around Spanish. And I think this is beautiful. See the fireworks.
I mean,
Mexican
this is epic.
colors.
Epic scenes. If you're watching it on television, I mean, the fireworks are just going up in white and red at the Azteca Stadium. This is absolutely sensational. But the pulses of the players are racing as they line up in the tunnel. It's getting closer and closer.
Yeah. At this point, the adrenaline level is going very high, and you're wondering, what do I have to be doing here to make my country proud? What do I have to put on the line for my country, the jerseys I'm wearing? And it's good that both teams have a lot of locally based players in there who have real passion behind what they're going to do. And I'm saying that this first half is going to be a very narrow one, either a 0-0 or a 1-0.
And we've counted down for over 100 days. Now we are counting down the minutes. Very soon we'll be counting down the seconds because history is about to be made. Players walking down that tunnel for only the second time in history. An opening game is going to be repeated. We'll bring you every kick and every flick, and there's no other better person to do it than the maestro himself, Kelvin Owusu-Ansah.
16 years ago on African soil, a nation had to stop the entire world with Vuvuzela cheers. But it was just one player with a thunderbolt, Shipiwe Shabalala, who made sure that it was a brilliant time for Africa. It didn't end in glory, but tonight the tables have turned. It's Mexico at the Azteca Stadium, where a little over 83,000 people are wrapped in altitude and expectation, looking forward to seeing how a nation will rise to the biggest football event. They carry a country on their backs, but the weight of 2 home tournaments past and the ghost of a curse that has haunted them in the last couple of tournaments continues to linger. Now across the pitch, South Africa, who stand very quiet, not with the support of Africa, but they stand alone, looking forward to replicating what they did 16 years ago. Old rivals, reverse roles, and the whole world is watching. This is where the 2026 World Cup begins. This is Sporty FM, and together with Beer Garden, we bring you the opening match of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. My name is Kelvin Owusu-Ansah, and my wingmen are Nana Kwame Labi and Eli Kondo. Gentlemen, what a bright and brilliant way to begin the biggest football event in 2026.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is the second time in history that these two teams will be meeting to play an opening game at the FIFA World Cup event. I mean, if you're following what is going on in the world right now, South Africa do not really have a lot of support from people in Africa and other parts of the country, other parts of the world. But we are looking forward to see a very good game at the Azteca Stadium, the opening game of the FIFA World Cup 2026 edition, hosted by Mexico, Canada, and USA. We are all looking forward to see a great game. Looking forward to see some tactical brilliance, individual brilliance from the two coaches. And of course, the players who have been fielded to play will have to come with their A game to show us who is who in this particular opening game.
Ali Kondo, this is one of the very best games we watched 16 years ago. Could we be seeing exactly the same thing? Is this a fitting way to begin football's biggest showpiece?
Absolutely. The 16 years ago in South Africa, and then in a stalemate 1-1 draw between the two teams. Mexico got an equalizer after Chabalala had scored the opener for South Africa. And who to have scored the equalizer? Martinez, who is now on the bench for Mexico as an assistant coach. So he knows what it is to be in an opening match against a team in a host nation form. And they are the host nation this time. He should be able to inspire the players as a player coach and assistant coach to get all the necessary antics right to make sure that they please all the 100,000 fans in the stadium tonight. But I think that they have what it takes. The bars around the stadium, the fans, the expectations are high, and Mexico should not be disappointing their fans tonight.
Well, Mexico shouldn't be disappointing their fans tonight. You can join us across all our socials at SportyFM_ on X at SportyFM_ also on Instagram and SportyFM Ghana on Facebook and then YouTube. You need to join us. Send in your messages, your predictions. It is very much welcome. History has already been made before football is kicked. And just as mentioned by Kosifiaka earlier, Mexico became the first nation to host the Men's World Cup on 3 different occasions. This is the 3rd time, aside 1970 and 1986. A big task for the Bafana. Could they actually turn this around?
I mean, we can't tell for a fact, but looking at the players that both teams have, by our checks and our history being done, you realize that South Africa have 6 players who play for Mamelodi Sundowns in the starting lineup, and that could go a long way to show you how compact they are, how together they come as a team to play against Mexico. So I'm looking at that kind of compatibility. I'm looking at that telepathy between the South African players. But don't forget that the Mexicans also have home advantage. They're playing at the Azteca Stadium in front of their home fans, cheering up in the Mexican colors, in the green, red, and white jerseys. They're everywhere in the stadium. In fact, the stadium looks like it's Mexico playing against Mexico because you don't even see where the South Africans are in the stadium. And I think that's going to be Mexico's advantage. The advantage is that they are playing at home soil. The momentum is high. And South Africa are playing amongst themselves. 6 players who play for Mamelodi Sundowns and the team. And it's going to go a long way to help them win this game, hopefully.
But the question is, why would Mexico bring all their 23 players to come and sing a national anthem for an opening match like this? We all know that it's always the starting 11 who come onto the pitch for anthems, and then the preliminary action begins. But why would you have all of the 23 here? What are they trying to do? Intimidating who?
Not intimidating anybody, but I think it's all part of the biggest thing you need to win. Don't forget that it's not going to be just this game that will be played at exactly 2 a.m. South Korea would be in action. Yes, South Korea will be in action against Czechia. That is at 2 a.m. And don't forget, Sporty FM. We bring you all the 104 matches live on Sporty FM. And on YouTube, you can watch the game on Sporty TV as well as Sporty FM Ghana. Everything is going to be live there. The stage is set and the players are already ready for action. Wilton Sampaio from Brazil is the center man for this evening. And Nathan Qualt's favorite man, Sibelebele, is not playing this game. And for South Africa, Ronwen Williams will be imposed. Kaliso Modao will be at right back. And in central defense, there is Mbekezeli Mbokazi, Kosinati Elkon in that defense. Audrey Modiba would obviously sit at his left back position. Fellow Sitole and Tebo Mokoena, the man they'll be looking forward to marshalling the midfield for them, together with Jaden Adams. And up front, Lau Foster from Burnley with Ikram Reyners starting for them. So there's no Thembazwan starting for South Africa. Regardless his experience, he's not starting. For Mexico, there's Raul Rangel, Impulse, Israel Rice, there's Cesar Montes, Johan Vasquez, and Jesus Gallardo playing right in defense. In midfield, Eric Lira will be in that midfield. Roberto Alvarado, Brian Gutierrez, Alvaro Fidalgo, and Julian Quinones would be playing right in front of him with the very much experienced Raul Jimenez leading the attack. Quite surprising. He never gets old. He's around 33 years, but he's still playing.
I mean, in such a competition like this, you need your best foot forward. And if you look at the kind of season he had at Fulham, he didn't have a really very, it wasn't that bad. But I mean, when it comes to national teams, you know that there are players that anytime you call on them, they're going to answer. Raul is one of them. And I think the South African defense should really look out for him and be careful because he can be tricky sometimes. And he could be the target man for Mexico in this game.
Well, and it's quite surprising that, one player many we're looking forward to starting, Edson Alvarez, has been benched by Javier Aguirre. Are you surprised?
Well, yeah, it's surprising because you want to see your best players on the pitch, but you also want to consider that if the game gets tough, who can you rely on to come and change things for you from the bench? So I think the coach has something behind this idea that, well, I want to keep somebody on the bench that when the game becomes very tough and difficult to open up, I can have somebody I can count on to come in there and change things to our favor. So yeah, I think he has a point there, but I don't think they will lack enough quality in going out there to cause an incursion against this. And absolutely, I'm waiting for that Mexican wave, because if you see how the stadium is packed, just anticipate how the Mexican wave will be going through this huge number of people. It's going to be exciting to watch.
Well, as Hugo Bruce being overly cautious with the 5 men he's playing at the back.
I think yes. I mean, if you look at this Mexican team, there's a lot of youth in there. There's a lot of fluidity in the way they play. Earlier on Cupamundo, the news show on Sporty, Gary mentioned the fact that sometimes you need the coach to take the right decisions on the pitch. And we know Hugo Bruce is one of those coaches. He doesn't joke with the kind of decisions he makes on the pitch. So what I've seen, I think he's being very cautious. Then again, I think he has enough firepower to catch Mexico on the break. So that's what he's trying to do in this game. If you look at the wing backs that he's playing with, these are very fast players. And these are players who can destroy you on the break. So yes, Hugo Bruce has the experience. I think he's made the best decision in playing with a 5-back.
Well, best decision with a 5-back, but you look at Mexico too, and Javier Aguirre is also playing more like a 5-man because Eric Lira is sitting right in front of the back four.
Yeah, so it's more like a 4-1-4-1 formation. Yeah. If they are defending, it's going to be 4-1-4-1. If they are attacking, it's going to be 4-3-3 for them. So that is also a very strategic one. The variations will be that, well, when we are defending, one more man behind the ball. If we are attacking, to one man to push forward. But it's going to be more concentration in the midfield. And this game is going to be a battle of the midfield because South Africa themselves, with the 5 men at the back, the laterals or the wing backs will be joining the midfield to make a compact 5 men in midfield as well. So it's going to be a very serious one in the midfield.
Going to be a very serious one. South Africa in their traditional colors, all yellow, no green shorts to match this time because of the green for Mexico, and Mexico in their traditional green of a white short and then in red socks to match. The wait is finally over, and Mexico will begin trying to turn around what happened in 2022 where they failed to qualify into the knockout stages for the first time since 1978. Down the right hand side, ball picked up by Cesar Montes. Montes plays it back to Vasquez. Eric Lira drops deep to pick up the ball inside the center circle, rolls it down the right hand side. Montes to Lira. It's one of the players who caused a lot of trouble for the Black Stars when Ghana played against them in Mexico in late May. Quick ball down the right hand side. Israel Reyes. The South Africa repel that attack. Halfway line. Vasquez rolls it down quickly to the left hand side. It's picked up by Julian Quinones. And once again, ball drops in midfield. Lira leaves it for Vasquez. Vasquez wants options. Gallardo offers himself to pick up that ball. South Africa keeping it very tight after just a minute. It's been Mexico in possession. The Bafana struggling to have any touch to that ball. They would be very much onboarded.
Yes, I mean, so far it looks like they have Mexico where they want them, passing the ball in their own half and making sure that they track every run. So you can see they track the run, they get the ball, and the transition is on. So I told you that's the plan of the South Africans. Take the ball and they try to move the ball forward as quickly as possible.
Well, Jaden Adams with the ball, winning possession all the way back into defense because Eli Mbokazi drops it into midfield. It's picked up by Plays it down the right-hand side for Ime Okon. Okon rolls it down to Mudau. Mudau spends some time on the ball. No space to pick up. Ikram Reyners in South Africa. We'll get the ball back to Rowan Williams to restart playing because Elin Bukazi. Down to his left side, Audrey Modiba. Ime Okon. The ball has been rolled back to Rowan Williams with a quick ball down the left-hand side. Another very best of controls there from Audrey Modiba, and Avia Aguirre will be very much glad the South Africa have lost possession. You know, it's been a little over 2 minutes and both have had very good spells of the ball, but not that cartonage you want to see.
Yeah, I think the South Africans are very composed. When they were defending, they were very organized. You could see the shape, a 5-3-2 formation. The shape was clear there. But once they won possession, they did not balloon the ball back to the opponents. They quickly managed to control the ball, pass between themselves, and they switched the variation into a 3-5-2 formation. So the laterals, the fullbacks, did now join the midfield to create enough men in the middle to get the ball and then attack, which is good. And that looked like an organized, well-coached team. Unlike other teams where they are defending and once they win the ball, they want to balloon in the reshape. Now, that is good passing game from the South Africans.
Roberto Alvarado fouled just after the center circle. And it's a free kick for Mexico. Good opportunity for them to build an attack, a long drive. And the human wall does justice to it. I'm not sure that was an impressive drive. Coming in from Brian Gutierrez. Could have actually done better. Throw in for Mexico. Down the right-hand side of midfield. Israel Reyes picks it up, and Jimenez. It will be one player Mexico will be looking forward to. And the referee, the countdown for the throw-in. Israel Reyes doesn't want to waste time. He throws it down quickly, picks up the return. On the right-hand side, sends in a delivery. Ball drops outside, and that's a try. Rowan Williams to the save. The big man parries it away for a corner kick. Raul Jimenez on the half volley. And it was Rowan Williams, his instincts and reflexes as sharp as ever. The CAF Champions League winner with a big save in the early minutes.
Most goalkeepers miss it when the ball is so low to the ground, but Williams did very well to be very alert to that.
A corner kick once again. He comes out to parry it. Still inside the penalty area. And it's a clearance comes in from Bikezeli and Mbokazi. Not too far. Mudau. Not the very best of clearance. Mexico in possession. Great opportunity. But Mudau wins possession. He finds Ikram Reyners. South Africa on the counter. Ikram Reyners leaves it down for Mudau. A quick ball down the left-hand side. Teboho Mokwena. That's a poor pass. And goalkeeper Raul Rangel will always welcome that. Great opportunity for South Africa on the break. They wasted.
I mean, like I said, it tells you what South Africa have planned for Mexico. I mean, by the way, that was a very great strike from Raul Jimenez and a really better save from Warren Williams. I mean, showing why he deserves the number one spot in the South African jersey. But it tells you that South Africa have a plan, and their plan is to soak in the pressure, get one or two passes in, and then eventually get into the half of the Mexicans. So yeah, good passing, good break from Mexico. So from South Africa, and then we'll be seeing a lot more in the game as the game goes on.
A lot more. Sithole wins possession. It's a quick ball down the left-hand side. Teboho Mokwena looking for Ikram Reyners. But once again, the pass from Lau Foster couldn't find Ikram Reyners. 6 minutes into the game. That is Mexico with the first bite. That was quite dangerous. Raul Jimenez is instinctive best.
Yeah. When you have big players in your squad, you expect them to take the initiatives and lead by example, and that was a great connection. In the build-up to the game, I mentioned that a team that is able to also use the flanks very well will have an advantage. And the crosses that come in, how well they're able to connect to Jimenez, and that was a good illustration that they can always find Jimenez, and if he also connects well, can get it. But I think that Williams in the post has proven that he's a real leader as the captain of the side with South Africans, and he did very well by leading from the goal post on that occasion.
That was a massive save there from Rowan Williams, but Mexico still in possession of the ball down the left-hand side of the attack. Eric Lira lays it down for Quinones. Gallardo down the left-hand side trying to send in a delivery. But once again, Koliso Mudau manages to win a goal kick. That was an impressive defensive work there from Kuriso Mudau.
I mean, he's going to have a lot of work to do because his play as a wing back, he's going to be moving up and down the pitch. He has to do his defensive duties very, very well, or else he'll be caught lacking. And it looks like Mexico are trying to play the game off the flanks. The first attempt of goal came from that side, and it looks like they're trying to work the left and right side of the pitch as well. So South Africa will have to be very, very careful, especially with their wing backs going back and forth on the pitch like that.
Well, I think it's been impressive. Very little time is being wasted from the throw-ins, the set pieces, because the least mistake you make, it goes against you.
Well, per the new rules, if you waste the time, even for a goal kick, it could end up being a corner against you. Throwing could also go against you as well. So the players are very cautious. I'm waiting to see how they react to the substitutions as well. How quick they're able to come off the pitch so they don't get the substitutions delayed and playing 10 men against 11 for a whole minute. So I think they are cautious of it, and so far it's going on well.
Pierluigi Colina, Naifab wanting to maximize play. Mudau once again wins possession from the clearance from the right side of defense. You can clearly see Roberto Alvarado in straight flanks with Julian Quinones. You see a little bit of tension for the Mexican fans. Anywhere you are, if you are caught in traffic, don't go home. Just come here, Beer Garden, Adosu. Beer Garden. Just come, let's have a good time. Sports 106.1 FM in Accra. Across our affiliates in Kumasi and Takrady, and that's a mistake in the ball drops outside penalty. Can that be the first goal? And that's the opener! Right through the legs of goalkeeper Rowan Williams. And it's Julian Quinones getting the opener in the 9th minute of the game, and Mexico have stolen the lead just like they did 16 years ago. Mexico won, South Africa nil.
I mean, that's the danger of trying to conserve the energy and play in your half. I mean, one wrong move and then the press is against you, and that was a very, very fine strike by the winger there. I mean, I was expecting the goal to come a little later in the game, but this goal is probably going to change the whole context of the game. What is Hugo Broos going to do? Is he going to come out and play, or is he going to maintain his wing back play and try to catch the opponent on the break?
And that was the pass to Sitole. He was caught ball watching. The 9-year-old Quinones, who plays for Alcatia, capitalized on it. And low drive right through the legs of Rowan Williams. And Mexico have the lead.
Well, when you're playing from the back, these are some of the disadvantages that come with it. Sitole, I think, should have done better. Quickly release the ball, because where you are the holding midfielder for the team. And any mistake from there is dangerous, because now you're playing 3 center backs. They are wide apart. And when you lose the ball, you split them very wide open. And with that counter attack, that high press from the Mexicans, it was so easy for Quinones to just get that shot on target and they score. South Africa would have to be very cautious, quickly releasing the ball from the back so that they don't get caught again, and that'll be end of the game for them if such thing happens again.
And all of a sudden, you can see that the shape has changed a little bit. That they're trying to push forward, try to control the ball in the middle part of the field, and try to break into the half of the Mexicans. So let's see how Hugo Broos is going to play this out here. The goal came quite early in the 9th minute. But let's see whether he's going to try and open up or still play.
Let's see how that is going to open up. It was quite surprising to see that pass. Rowan Williams, it wasn't quite what they were expecting. It's going to be a free kick. 10 minutes played, approaching the 11th minute. Quinones, who plays his club football for Alcatia, getting the opener. It's now thinking mood for Hugo Broos.
Yeah, he has to be very quick in reacting to that. His team shape. And the question, would he stick to the team shape? Would he change it? Would there be alterations? He has to now start thinking very fast to make sure that he does not lose the game already in the first half. Because first of all, the Mexicans are pressing very high. The intensity is high for them. And the fans backing them are huge. So you need to also react quickly so you don't lose it all in the first half.
Sithole plays his club football for Liga Portugal side, Tondela. It's quite unfortunate. He scores the goal. 12 minutes into the game. Mexico 1, South Africa 0. Montes plays it down to Vasquez. Eric Lira. And Vasquez telling the midfielders, just keep your cool. Place it back to his captain Montes with a long ball trying to find Alvaro Fidalgo. And it was Raul Jimenez manages to keep it in play and went to corner kick. This is a quick long ball there. Mudau was really having a hell of a time.
Yeah. And with such pressure on him, if he's not careful and he starts lunging into the tackles, he could get a yellow card, pressure on him, and causing more mistakes. And he's prone to start stuff. We've seen him in the AFCON as well, where he was easily giving away a lot of fouls and causing so many mistakes. And so he needs to be level-headed in this game because this is the World Cup. He has to be very cautious.
Corner kick once again delivered right into the head.
That's a free header from Raul.
Once again, looks like South Africa finding themselves in 6s and 7s in their own defensive area.
Maybe,
quite unfortunate.
Maybe the goal has come too early for them to properly organize themselves because there has to be a proper 50-50 challenge for some of the balls. They are looking very disorganized at the moment. The coach has to now find a way of speaking to them, get into their head, and let them understand that it's only 13 minutes into the game. You need to relax. Let's reorganize and fight back into the game.
Ball game continues. 13 minutes played. Can see L3. They're clearly on board. They're trying to now relax and play their game. Goalkeeper Aruan Hell sets it down the left-hand side. Good control by Alvarado. Sends it down to the left back. The right back and is actually cleared by Ime Okon. Sitholi with a clearance where it doesn't go too far. And Ime Okon picks it up. And Bekazeli Mbokazi waiting for that ball. He picks it up. Sitholi draws himself in, looking to pick up the pass. But it's rather been given to Jaden Adams. Adams rolls it down the right-hand side. He finds Mudau. Mudau sent in a long one. It was rather Mbekazeli looking for Mudau. It's too much work for Mudau down the right-hand side of attack.
He enjoys that. He enjoys running across the width of the pitch from defense to attack. But my only problem is that if he goes that far in attack, how quick he's able to recover and come back to do the defending job. That puts some pressure on him, exposes him in the back at times, and gives a lot of work for the center backs to do. But I think that he's able to communicate. That would be the anchor for him and the defenders in there.
Walter Mokwena found culprits there, bringing down his man. The Bafana complained. Little bit of frustration setting in there.
Sitholi.
Was that a foul? Sitholi committed another free
kick. He obstructed the attacker, so obviously that's a foul. I don't see why he's complaining. He needs to relax. Already giving away a goal, and now you shouldn't be putting yourself into all sort of challenges that will let your team be under pressure. So he just relax and play his game.
Mexico seem to have rediscovered their form. In 2026, they drew against Portugal and Belgium before recording victories over Ghana, Australia, and Serbia in the pre-warm-up games. They dismantled Serbia 5-1. Ball down the right-hand side. Brian Gutierrez. And Bekazeli Mbokazi steps in. Wings possession is going to be a free kick to the Bafana. He's one of the young players they trusted, just 19 years of age, looking to take over the South African team.
Yeah, he's shown that he can be relied upon. He's done that for the team in recent years. He just needs all the confidence from the coach, and he can deliver. Already, he's shown glimpses that he can go for the challenges as well. And so I'm sure that he's going to make the coach feel proud about that. I think that the South Africans are not so bad so far. They are still composed. They are holding onto the ball, stringing the passes very well. They just need the right connection, and then they can get back into the game.
Tabo Mokwena finds Sitholi to Mbukazeli Mbokazi, trying to play through the lines. Jaden Adams was very well marshaled. And it's Audrey Modiba leads it down. And that's a clearance from Quinones. Once again, another rash challenge. And it's going to be a yellow card for Teboho Mokwena. He rushed in with a challenge, and you could see he was getting frustrated. And he's just gone into the challenge for a yellow card.
This is the second consecutive tackle he's gone for that didn't go well. And so the referee had every right to say, okay, well, I warned you the first time. You've gone in again. This is a caution, and he needs to relax. You don't need to be lunging into tackles like this. You are deep in the middle of the pack. Where is the danger? Allow the ball to play, just recover and get back into position. This was not needed. And if it happens that he gets another yellow card, he has let the team down with this tackle.
He's really going to walk a tightrope till the end of the game.
It is going to be, and I think the South Africans are really going in for the tackles because of the way they are being set up. I mean, when they have possession, all players are almost behind the halfway line, trying to get into the attack. Your left wing back, your right wing back, they're all out of position. So when they lose possession, they try to win it back as soon as possible so that the other players can quickly recover. But unfortunately, this is a Mexican team who understand what they have to do. Draw in the fouls, make sure that the yellow cards are being flashed, and then it keeps a South African side on their feet. I mean, you're careful not to give out so many fouls, and then it becomes a problem for you. So South Africa is really doing well. Mexico is really doing well with joining the fouls and making sure that the other players are being booked.
The experience of Aguirre not backing down. He wants to see a lot more from his team. They're already in the lead. 18 minutes played, Mexico 1. South Africa nil, Sporty 106.1 FM together with Beer Garden, bringing you the opening game, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. You can join us here. Come have a good time. If you're caught in traffic, no need to rush home. This is the World Cup. Stay in town. Have a good time. Come here. Eat what you want. Drink what you want. And network as well. Kuriso Mudau. Rowan Williams. Is that inside of goalkeeper Williams trying to give him an option. And Rose is forced to send in the long ball. Ikram Reyners was Lau Foster losing that aerial challenge. Gallardo, Eric Lira wins possession and leads it down in midfield. And it's a quick one from Brian Gutierrez down the right hand side. Let's pick that back, Alvarado. The pass got in goal as expected. Israel Reyes goes in quickly. Quinones, that's a brilliant touch from him. Goes in with a drive. It was always rising from the Alcatia forward. Brilliant touch. Great turn. But the execution lacking any form of accuracy. It was quite close, but it was always rising.
Now that's the fluidity between the attack of Mexico. Now, Quinones was supposed to be on the left flank, and he came to score from that side as well. But you can see him now in the center circle, in the center forward position with Raul Jimenez. That shows that there's that fluid movement between them. And so the South Africans will not have any onus to say, well, this is the man I'm marking. Anybody at all can come into that role. And so they need to be cautious with the three players in the center defense there and be sure of who comes through and who they are marking at the right time.
And that's a foul there from Cesar Montes on Ikram Reyners. Free kick quickly taken. Sitholi rolls it down to Mokoena. Mokoena to Kuliso Mudau. Just on the halfway line. It picks up support from Nkosinati. Ime Okon switching positions with Mbokazi. Kuliso Mudau finds Sitholi. Sent in the quick pass in there. Clever touch. Kuliso Mudau. Mudau trying to go into Lau Foster. Another pass on the blind side of Lau Foster picked up by Montes. Montes makes that pass, and there's a tackle there from Mudau. It's going to be a free kick against South Africa.
The problem I have with Mudau, he'll do all the good attacking things, but his tackles are always not on point. Now, this could easily have landed him in trouble. And see where he's come from. He has the energy to join attack and do all the right things, but he needs to be always careful with how he launches into tackles.
He needs to be very much careful. And it looks like his decision making after doing all the runs, it's a bit questionable.
I mean, it's very, very questionable. I mean, you got yourself in a very good position where you could take your time, scan through, and give a very pinpoint pass. But unfortunately, he ran into the walls of the Mexican defense there, and unfortunately, almost gave himself a yellow card from that tackle. So, I mean, he has to be really, really careful in the way he makes decisions on the offensive.
Alvarado with a quick delivery inside the penalty area. The clearance comes in. Modiba lays it down in Mbokazi trying to find Lau Foster. Clever hold of play by the belly man, and the loses possession is going to be a throw-in. going to be a throw in. The referee caught in two minds. Ikram Reyners. Hugo Bruce still a little bit calmed down. His technical area. Sitholi finds him Mokazi. Audrey Kuliso Mudau. Back to Mbokazi, Ime Okon and Mikazeli have switched positions there.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, it's about fluidity in attack.
And that's a mistake there from the goalkeeper. Ikram Reina sent in a delivery and very good defensive work coming in.
Well, he's
from Jesus Gallardo.
He
put his body on the line.
Yes.
There were shouts from South Africa for a handball.
Exactly.
But referee says nothing doing to Boho Mokoena. And that's a sliding tackle, leaving some stats. For the Mamelodi Sundowns man is going to be a yellow card for Brian Gutierrez. That was quite a very silly lunge. He went in just for the man and not for the ball.
Yeah, I think Gutierrez too young. Probably his young experience has led him to cause that. Well, I don't think he really caught the man. Maybe the heel. I don't
was a
think
Bentley just catching him on the heel.
Yes, but well, he's unlucky there to have gotten a card. But I think that he should have relaxed. No need to launch in like that. Just allow the ball to go. Because the ball is actually rolling out of play. So it was just not unnecessary from him. Maybe his inexperience is affecting him here.
Kwame?
I actually think the tackle was a little exaggerated. I mean, the aftermath of the whole tackle and the rolling over and all that. I mean, he's already up on his feet, ready to take a free kick. So these are some of the mind plays, the mind games that go on in football. But let's see what this free kick can bring the South Africans.
Let's see what this brings. Great opportunity for South Africa to have the big man step forward. Audrey Modiba, Kusinati Sibisi. Teboho Mokoena behind the ball. Expected to send in a good delivery. Trusted with the set pieces. Down the right-hand side of the attack. A delivery inside the penalty area. And the clearance comes in from Montes, the captain. Mbokazi picks it up. Sends the ball back into the penalty area. And once again, Mexico clear their lines. Quinones trying to get the ball out of their defensive zone. It's going to be a goal kick. Whatever he wanted has been achieved. 24 minutes played. Mexico 1, South Africa 0. Mexico have never lost their opening match in the last 7 appearances they've made, winning 5 of them and drawing 2 since 1994. And it's time for them to refresh themselves with a cooling break.
Yeah, very, very necessary cooling break for them. You see how the players are panting for breath. The weather is that hot. And so, yes, playing local time 2 p.m. Afternoon is really hot for them. So I think they need this cooling break. But I think Mexico have done themselves very well in this first 22 plus minutes. Very well composed side. They've managed to keep their shape as well, defend well when it needed, and attack well as well. And they got that goal through a very good high pressing approach to get that goal. South Africa are trying to really come back into the game. It's up to the coach now to say, okay, well, let's change the dynamics of our shape. Should we still maintain the 3 back and 5 back, or allow the guys to join the midfield and push more men in the middle? Because I think the Mexicans are winning the midfield game now, and that is what is the anchor, the advantage for them. South Africa will have to come do something from this water break and re-strategize for the second part of the game.
Well, Kwame, it hasn't been overly impressive from the two sides, but Mexico have done the needful, converting the only chance that they had, from that mistake from the Bafana.
I mean, we need to give credit to Mexico for finding themselves in the right places at the right time. Proper pressing. I mean, just like Ellie said, the first goal came from a very, very good press in the middle where Stoli missed the ball, and then they considered a goal from that. But aside that, I think Mexico have really done well in the way they press up front. You could see that the South Africans have to play a few passes in very dangerous areas to be able to release themselves from this kind of press. So I think they've done really, really well. South Africa, on the other hand, after the goal, have more or less tweaked their shape a little bit. You could see that now their intention is not to give away too many passes in their half and try to break into the other half of the Mexicans. I mean, Mudau has been somewhat not too good. I mean, the decision making was poor, but his energy is one that we cannot take from him. Going up and down, he's just the right man for that particular job. Going up to attack, coming back down to defend. It's a very tiring job. It's a very hectic job. But so far, he's done it and he's done it to the T. But let's see what the Mexicans will do when they realize that he is a problem. In the first 15 minutes of the game, you could see that Mexico were pushing the ball to that side of the pitch more. It's as if they know that he is a problem. So hoping that he'll make those mistakes, he'll be caught out of position, and then they can find a goal from that. But so far, nothing like that has happened. So let's see what will happen after the cooling break.
So the hydration break is over. 27 minutes played. Mexico 1, South Africa 0. Christian, it hasn't really been, too impressive from South Africa. But what do you think Hugo Broos and his men should do to quickly get back into the game?
I think they need to stay calm. It's just a goal that they are down with and play the typical South African football that they are known for. And like my colleague said, they are lacking in some areas. The two wing backs, when they do the overlapping, recovery becomes a problem for them. So Mexico is exploiting that position. And if you see the first goal, it came from an area of that sort. So it tells you that, yes, Mexico has really studied the South African team and now they know where to punish them. But as into how South Africa will respond, I'm yet to see what Hugo will tell his boys to do in terms of trying to get back into the game. They're playing a very good football, though. I like the flair of football they are playing by. Being direct, they are not being of any threat. They just possessing the ball and then they lose it when they get to the third half of the Mexicans area. But for me, I think so far so good. They still been able to keep the Mexicans under pressure a little bit. But if they continue like this and they keep exposing the spaces, Mexico will punish them for it.
Mexico are going to punish them and they've been lost in possession. Ball to Quinones. Vidal clearly cut out of position. Quinones picks up that pass once again and defeats Gallardo. To Gallardo back. And Vasquez will call for the boy. A long ball now. Ikram Reynes trying to quickly get to that position. Raul Rangel gets the ball back to Vasquez. Vasquez seems to be, with lots of confidence. Has barely shaken from anything we've seen.
They've been very composed, and the communication at the back is also on point, and that is why you can see the confidence level at the back of them.
Quick ball inside the penalty area. Good opportunity. Gutierrez going in with a low drive, but once again, Cosinati stepping in to make that block, and it's a long ball once again, trying to fetch Ikram Reynes. But it was just too quick and fast for him to pick it up, wasting possession.
Yeah, and that is the problem right now. They need to find out holding on to the ball because the Mexicans are really pressing high on them. They're flying the balls, the passes are on point, and they have the energy to run at the South Africans.
Fidalgo with a quick ball and lays it down for Alvarado. But the delivery from Israel Reyes wasn't as impressive. And Bokazi still in possession of the ball. The Chicago Fireman. Leaves it out for Ime Okon. Sitholi telling Ronwe Williams to play it down the right-hand side, but he decides to pick up Ime Okon. Okon back to Rose. Has been forced to send in the long one. Looking for Ikram Reynes, but once again, right onto the head of Vasquez.
There's a huge gap between the midfield of South Africa and their attack. So the ball is not getting to the attackers. They're just running up and about, and that is not going to help them. They need to stay closer. And that is because there are so many men. They are retrieving to the back because the Mexicans are also pushing a lot of men high up against them. You have 4 men attacking their defense of 5. So it's not allowing the midfield to get any closer to the attack of the South Africans. And that is a good coaching tactic from the Mexican bench, and that Hugo Broos will have to really think quick and re-strategize, else it's going to be a downfall for them.
If you look at the Mexican, the South African midfield, Sithole is very stagnant. You can see the Mokoena is making all the runs, trying to shake the midfield a little bit, and Sithole is very, very stagnant in the middle. So the goalkeeper doesn't see what he has to do. He doesn't see who he has to pass the ball to. So he's eventually being forced to push the ball or fly the ball over, and then it breaks the play. So what does South Africa do now out of possession? That's the question that Mexicans are posing to the South Africans. There's nothing to do if you don't have the ball. They have to run around, try to chase the ball, try to catch the possession again, and then you'll get tired. Eventually, Mexico will find one behind you, and then you'll be down by 2-0.
It's a quick ball down the left-hand side by Rowan Williams. He finds Mbukazi. Ime Okon close by. Lays it down for Okon. Okon goes all the way to his goalkeeper, Rowan Williams. Back to Mbukazi. He's been instructed to go down his left-hand side. And sent in a long one. Looking for the run of Modiba. Modiba keeps it in play. Makes that delivery, but it was a bit late. And a very good defensive work coming in from Israel Reyes. It looked like he was too quick. He was just too quick on the pass delayed.
Yeah, I think he should have put some weight on his move there. He ran too fast, but that was a good intention anyways. They need to quickly release the balls and use the flanks because they are trying to use the fullbacks to join attack. And Modiba and Medal have tried to do that very well, but they need to be releasing the balls very quickly so that they do make the right runs and send the crosses also on time. But I think it's a good intention. They have to do that more and see how far they can go with getting the equalizer.
The game continues, 33 minutes, Mexico 1, South Africa 0. Quinones with the only goal separating the two teams now. South Africa make a return to the world's biggest stage since 2010 when they hosted the tournament. They missed out on the last three editions, 2014, 2018, 2022, and managed to get the ticket over our brothers from the fatherland, Nigeria. They are sitting at home and they are watching us. Greetings to you all. Quick ball inside central midfield. Mbukazi wants a lot more support. Calling for Sitholi. Tiboho Mukwena. It's a quick ball out for Jaden Adams. Lays it out for Lau Foster. Clever touch from Foster and Mudau. That's too heavy a pass from Lau Foster. And Mudau clearly not impressed with that from the Burnley man. That was, the most impressive play there from South Africa we've seen in the last couple of minutes.
Decision. I mean, that ball wasn't supposed to be a direct pass. We could have tried to loop the ball as a through pass over to Modal for him to find the cross. But let's see. Unfortunately, the play, yes, but the final decisions are what make a game. And unfortunately, South Africa have not really done well with their final decisions.
Alikondo clearly doesn't like what he's seeing from Lau Foster, but there's Mexico down the right-hand side. Gallardo leads it out for Israel Reyes, but that's a very good clearance coming in from Mbukazi, the 20-year-old Chicago fireman, stepping in the right place, right time.
I think he's been impressive at the back. He's even trying to do the left back position now because Modiba is going forward to join the attack. So he's doing very well on that left-hand side of defense and impressive so far.
Very much impressive so far. That was Jaden Adams trying to win possession. Ball drops deep down into midfielder. Fidalgo leads it down for Quinones. Quinones down the right-hand side. And that's a very good save there. Rowan Williams making sure that cutback was not getting across him. Reading the situation well. Christian, clearly not impressive.
Very impressive, but the problem is still, Hugo is still keeping the same problem that the two wing backs for South Africa is not really helping play what the coach wants them to play. I think the pace and their recovery is very, very poor. If Mexico should exploit the wings, they will punish South Africa and punish them deeply. And I don't think they want to concede more goals. Looking at the bested having a chance of qualifying, I don't think South Africa will want to concede more goals. So Hugo by now should be able to be in a position to fix those petty errors. And also, again, they are finishing. Their finishing is a problem. So far, the Mexican goalkeeper is on holidays. He's enjoying himself. There has not been any serious threat from the South Africans.
There's been no attempt at goal by South Africa. Mexico with 6, 2 on target. One was saved by Rowan Williams and the other went through his legs. For the only goal we've seen after 36 minutes. Mexico down the left-hand side and it's Gallardo lays it down in midfield. Eric Lira telling his men, just cool down the tempo of the game. Vasquez walks into the center circle. Pressure from Ikram Reynes. He finds his captain, Montes. Montes back to Vasquez. South Africa pressing high. Goalkeeper Rael sent in a long one. The aerial tussle is won there by Sibisi. Not too far. Gallardo picks it up. Rolls it into midfield. That's a poor touch from Gutierrez. It's picked up by Sithole. Sithole leaves it for Jaden Adams. Adams to Modiba. Aubrey Modiba. That's Sithole. Leaves it down for CBC. Teboho Mokwena rolls it down the left-hand side. Switches play in Bukazi with a long delivery inside the penalty area. Ikram Reynes rises high. It was Lau Foster. But the header going wide.
Well, good cross, but the connection to that ball was just not right. I don't think maybe he did not direct his head onto the ball well, and it just went off target there. Maybe the weight on the ball was too heavy for him to have controlled it well with his head. So maybe we should give him the benefit of the doubt. But I think they can do better. I think South Africa is lacking somebody in the middle who can be creative enough to give that connection to the attackers. Mokwena could have done that, but maybe the yellow card has just made him a bit neutralized. He's not putting in enough effort anymore. He's even lunging into tackles. He's a bit more cautious now. So we need something different from the middle. Maybe they try to use the wings, also not working as well. So Hugo Bruce will have to redefine the team to get them back into the game.
Quite surprised South Africa have resorted to playing the long balls. Nothing seems to be coming out of it. 7 more minutes. Quick play down the right-hand side. Beautifully picked up by Alvarado. But he's been stopped right there by Mbokazi. Israel Reyes stretches play. Leads it down for Gallardo. Clever touch. Keeps it in play to Vasquez. Eric Lira gets in quickly to pick up the ball. Calling for support. Gutierrez waiting for Fidalgo. Fidalgo decides to go down this left-hand side. He finds Gallardo. Gallardo back to Vasquez. Vasquez close by is Montes, the captain. Montes comes in central. And it's Fidalgo with the long ball in there. Referee calls for a free kick for that late challenge. Once again, Eric Lira comes off the challenge from Sithole. It was quite late. The referee from Brazil, Wilton Sampaio.
He's lucky not to have been booked there, but that was unnecessary, Sithole. I said earlier he needs to be relaxed and calm. The ball was already gone. Just hold your ground and go back to defend. Why do you lunge into the man? Some other referees will say, well, that was illegal tackle, so a card for you. But he's lucky to have walked out of that. He just needs to relax and play his game and get back into the game.
Needs to relax, play his game. Just 5 more minutes, barring any additional minutes from the center referee Sampaio. Mexico will go into the tunnel with a lead, playing it around. South Africa win possession. And once again, not the very best of balls kept by Aubrey Modiba. Teboho Mokwena trying to slide in, but it's a very good tackle coming in from Mbokazi. Stepping in at the right time.
Impressive defending from Mbokazi. He's been doing that all through, and he's on top so far.
He's lucky to have gotten, a lot more of the ball.
But I doubt that was a foul. I mean, he got the ball clearly. Very, very clear.
The stats were showing, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But once again, managing to get the ball changes everything. There's a pressure on the goalkeeper, Arura Hill. I think that they should be looking a lot more at piling pressure. It seems to be a press trigger.
Yeah. He doesn't look as confident when he's under pressure. So I think the South Africans should be pressing high. But the question is, can Foster press? He's so lethargic for my liking. Not too fast, not too quick, just so slow, uninterested. I think he needs some push to be pressing higher.
And that's a very good tackle coming in there from CBC. But South Africa lose possession once again. Picked up by Gallardo. Gallardo finds Quinones, the goal scorer. And that's Israel Reyes. Gutierrez wants it.
I'm sure it's very easy for you to make Quinones out.
Yeah, Quinones, yes.
The easiest player to make out on the field.
And delivery inside the penalty area. Can that be it? That's a brilliant save. Ronwen Williams once again. Raul Jimenez looking for his goal. Not the very best of touches. And look at that delivery. Fidalgo.
But I think that would have been ruled out as an offside. It looked pretty offside to me. But it comes back to my point I made earlier. You were asking why he's being called out for the national team. This is why. he gives you what a very good striker will give you. A target man. Always there to make the run, always waiting for the pass.
Quinones once again in a very good position. He goes in with a low drive, but comes off the back of Mbokazi. Ball inside a penalty. And for Quinones, and it comes off the upright. South Africa tried to clear the alliance. Mbokazi staying strong on the ball. Outwits his man. But he loses possession once again, and he's been brought down. Referee whistles for a foul against Alvarado. South Africa leaving very dangerously. It was Quinones looking for that drive. Gutierrez laid it down, back once again for him. And the effort coming off the upright. Rowan Williams having a tip to it later on to pull it away from the penalty area.
Beautiful football, quick transition, quick link-up play, and it's so beautiful to watch. If that has resulted in the goal, that would have been a well worked out goal. Link-up play was perfect. The transition was quick as well, and it was good. They were just unlucky to have gotten the upright to deny them, but that is good. And South Africa will have to be cautious once again.
Koliso Mudau just after the halfway line leaves it for Ikram Reyners, but his pass goes directly into Alvarado. South Africa trying to win possession. Fidalgo, clever touch from him. Picks up his man Gutierrez, sent in a long one looking for Jimenez, but not. Mbokazi and Okon clearing their lines. Aubrey Modiba lays it down for Teboho Mokoena. Jaden Adams trying to find Ikram Reyners. Reyners picks it up. Lau Foster waiting for it. Mudau, Koliso Mudau decides to send in one, but it comes off the body of Gallardo and it's going to be a corner kick. Clearly not impressive. The delivery could have been better.
It could have been better, but it looks like when South Africa are on the attack, there are just a few players who are ready to come to help in attack. It's looking like South Africa are now thinking about defending more than attacking, because after that scare, if I was a South African playing this game, I'll now be very careful when going on. I'll say something on X anyway. Now Julian Quinones now has a middle name.
What's his middle
Apparently
name?
he's Ghanaian. And his name is Julian Kwame Quinones.
Inside the penalty area. Charlie, the way Africans say against South Africa. A long drive out from Mbokazi, one of his trademark drives. But from a distance, Rahel saw it coming. It was a routine catch for him.
So did you say Quinones is a gringo?
It's a gringo.
Gringo.
Yes, you're free bantam, baby.
Kwame Quinones.
Kwame Quinones.
Sporty 106.1 FM. If you want to win, you need to play with champions. Sporty Bet, yes, offering you wide range of possibilities and winning great money from this World Cup. Wonderful. Just log on to Sporty Bet and then place your bet and win lots more. Lots of variations by the Mexico cities. Mexico leading South Africa by a goal to nil. And that is Rowan Williams with a wild clearance trying to fight Ikram Reyners. But once again, Gallardo decides to make that touch, picks up his captain Montes and tells his men, keep your cool. 4 minutes of additional time to be played after the 45. But Eric Lira makes the quick turn. Fidalgo tells him, we need to keep possession. Place it down the right-hand side of defense to find Israel Reyes. Back in central defense, Vasquez. Montes wants that ball. But it's Gallardo who steps in to send the ball all the way back to Vasquez. Vasquez to his goalkeeper, Raul Rahel. And he's being told by Fidalgo to move the ball upfield. It's a long ball down the right-hand side of attack. Jimenez, very good gather with a header right side to Mbukazi, and it's a clearance. Anywhere will do now for him. So throw in for Mexico. Alvarado. Israel Reyes wants to quickly take this. But it's been quickly taken after the count of 3. Ball drops outside the penalty area and it comes out with a deflection of Mbukazi. Gallardo is looking for that drive. Been picked up by Ronwen Williams, throws it down quickly to Ime Okon down the left-hand side of South Africa's defense. Modiba wanted it. It's a quick ball from Sibisi. Close by is Mudal. Mudal just over the halfway line. Jaden Adams. Crossfield delivery. Looking for the run of Aubrey Modiba. Can he keep it in play? He does well to keep it in play. Flag is down. Aubrey Modiba trying to outwear this man. But Gallardo not ready. Alvarado not ready to offer him any space. Aubrey Modiba trying to go down, and it's going to be a goal kick. Clearly not happy with the decision. I think that could have made a much more prudent decision. I think it's a corner kick. It should have been.
Yeah, that should have been a corner kick. It should have been.
When you have a left back trying to be a winger, it's difficult to dribble past your opponent and make the crosses. He looked very confused there, whether to cut onto his right or go back onto his left and cross the ball. It was difficult for him on that occasion.
A long way inside. Central attacking position. Jimenez manages to get a touch on that. But it's picked up easily by goalkeeper Rowan Williams. Koliso Mudal finds Ikram Reyners. Reyners to the ball, Mokwena. Mokwena, not the very best of passes, leaves it down. Gutierrez makes that interception. But the find Raul Jimenez. Quinones cleverly out to the smacker. He finds Gutierrez. Can this be the second goal? And that's a poor pass there. Unfortunate miscue from Gutierrez, the 26-year-old central attacking midfielder. Could clearly see he was looking to get in the ball at the far post. But that was a miscue from him.
Big miscue. Yeah. And I think he should have tried to even curl it up above, but it was a miscue, and you don't fault him that much.
You know, that should have been the second goal. Probably a third or fourth goal for Mexico. You see, these are some of the games where if you don't take your chances, South Africa can go for a break, come back, and they can be a totally different team. Imagine they decide, okay, we're not going to play with wing backs anymore. We're going to play a traditional 4-4-2. It's going to be more balanced. You're not going to think too much about defending because you have the players up front to also help that. So you can't be missing chances like this. Imagine you go from the break, South Africa comes back, a different team. You'll be in trouble. Score as many goals as you can, take the opportunities, and then you're good. But unfortunately, that was a bad kick there from the player.
And that will be the end of the opening 45 minutes of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and a 9-minute finish by Quinones, giving Mexico the lead over South Africa at the Azteca Stadium in Mexico City. Elizondo has been a brilliant opening 45 minutes, but Mexico once again, 60 years ago, take the lead into the break.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff. Interesting set of play from two teams. South Africa have not been the better side in the first half. They could have done more, but I think Mexico have shown that they are really in for a tournament as a host nation. They've done good link-up plays, pressed very high when they needed to do, and then also defended very well as well. So I think they've been a better side in the first half. No wonder they have a goal to their name, but then South Africa will have to do a lot more if they have to change their shape or change their approach. They have to do that, and Hugo Bruce has a lot to do in the dressing room at halftime.
That will be it for the opening 45 minutes. Kosifiaka takes over for the halftime discussions. We'll be back shortly after the break to get you rolling into the second half.
Very big thank you to Kelvin Uswansa, who was on call throughout the first half. The L3 color have their noses in front against Bafana. Winston Michaels is here. Chris is still here with us. And we are going to de-cascade that first half and completely analyze it. See what went right, what went wrong, what should happen. But overall, Chris, what do you make of that first half that we've just witnessed?
First entertaining. The first half was very entertaining. A lot of chances being created by the Mexicans. They exploited every weak side of the South African lineup. And I think they could have been by 2 or 3 goals up. But kudos to goalkeeper Williams. He has proven why he's South Africa #1. He has kept them in the game. And I think they not being of a threat in the offensive half is a problem for them. And then their two wing backs keep committing the basics error in football. Their recovery are very poor. And I think Hugo will try to correct these things in the first half as they head towards the dressing room. But in all, it's been a very fantastic first half. And I like the energy in the stadium from the Mexican fans.
Amazing stuff. Remember, this exciting World Cup experience is brought to you by our valued partners. Black Star Lager, raise your star. Pepsodent, do the two, brush day and night. Didi Jollof, Didi Sana Brevium. And Hendy Farms, more than a farm, Ghana's mango, elevated from farm to table. Winston Michaels is here as well. He watched that first half. And I saw you put something on a group that says South Africa only attack when they see foreigners. Not on the pitch, on the lighter side of things.
Yeah.
But the South African attack has been pretty blunt, and the final ball has been lacking.
Yeah, that's because they don't really have creative midfielders who can break the lines and put everything together. Look, I was saying it earlier. 10 minutes into this game, you could clearly tell that the Mexicans were going to have a good time. Because I think this is a problem that cuts across all Africa. Maybe right now, with the exception of, let's say, Senegal, Ivory Coast, like my brother was saying, it looks like the West Africans are the ones who are steering away from this kind of mentality. But a lot of African teams, when they meet these, Europeans, South Americans, North Americans, they have a defeatist mindset, and they quickly go and defend. And the idea is to defend and try and catch them on the counter. But you see, this is why some of the greatest tacticians in the world say the best form of defense is to attack, because you have nothing to protect. So what are you defending for? The first 10 minutes, you've gone right into your half, and now you're allowing Mexico to attack you. And now you're giving them the idea that it's okay for them to just have the possession and do what they will against you. And we've seen what has happened. You see how many shots on target that Mexico have been allowed to take. And I'm very, very shocked that Mexico have only scored just one goal in that half. They should be up by 3, 4, 5 at this point in time. They just wasted a lot of chances. And big shout outs going out to the South African goalkeeper, Ronwen Williams, because he's been phenomenal. Obviously, we know his heroics from AFCON and the CAF Champions League and all that. He's fantastic for them. And he's the single reason why they are not down by 5 in the first half.
Amazing stuff, and the second half is upon us. But remember, we are live right here at the Beer Garden inside Nyaneba. Live on Sporty 106.1 FM, and the game is live on Sporty TV. And remember that Sporty is the voice of sport for a reason. 34 live games on TV and on YouTube. You heard that right? We can put football games on YouTube because we are Sporty, and all 104 live and direct on Sporty 106.1 FM. I hand over to Kwame Perry as he walks around and takes reactions from the people that have been watching with us.
All right, thank you very much, the general. The game has ended in the first half. It was quite an interesting one. I'm back to this table because football and the sports football. I came to you. There were 4 or 5 people sitting here. You all gave me Mexican names. In the first attack from South Africa, you were excited. The African in you could not hold back. You were excited. The first attack from South Africa, the 5 of you with Mexican names were excited. Like, what happened? What happened?
So no, I wasn't part.
You weren't. You say no evidence, so I go explain that.
You see that?
You see, I know you got it in you, but how did the first half go for you?
Okay, so the first half, Mexico really dominated, and then that's why the goal came. And then, as I said earlier on, it's 2-1.
Sure.
So South Africa will have some a goal to calm their nerves.
Sure.
And but at the end of the game, Mexico is taking the lead.
Mexico will definitely win the game.
Exactly.
I like the way you are enjoying your beer as well, bro. Charlie, yeah, we are at the Beer Garden right here inside Osu. Beer Garden is the location. Sporty, the voice of sport, 106.1. We're here. I'm still getting thoughts from those who are watching the game right here at Beer Garden, come through. If you're stuck in traffic, if you're on way home and you want a place to catch the game, the first half is already done, but we have 45 minutes to go, barring extra time or added stoppage time. Definitely come through to the Beer Garden and let's enjoy the second half together. Boss, how do you see the first half? You were quite caught in 20 hours. You didn't really know whether you to support Mexico or South Africa, but were you impressed with the South African performance in the first half?
I wouldn't say impressed, but I would say it was expected.
Was expected?
Yes.
Sure.
Definitely, they will pull their weight out to try and give us something. But
okay.
We're still in the Mexican.
Sure. Quick question: do you think there's anything that South Africa would have to do in the second half to be able to come back into this game? Because I felt their captain Williams kept them in the game with some phenomenal, I think 2 or 3 saves that kept the score at 1-0. Do you think there's anything they're supposed to do, whether it's changes, whether it's change of tactics, whether it's change of shape of the game, or the way they set up, that will keep them in the game, or they would have something to salvage in this particular one in the second half?
I would say they'll have to go back and play the whole thing again and see where they are lacking, because definitely they could have done better.
They could have done better.
Again, I don't want to be like, I'm from
I understand. You don't really know.
Yeah, so.
Charlie, you have a problem of mistaken identity. you have a problem mistaken identity. You have an identity crisis at this particular point in time. But don't worry. I'm sure if there's an equalizer by South Africa, I will see where you belong. I would see where you belong. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can I have a word with you? Just on your thoughts on the game so far.
No, I think it's been a very interesting game. The attacks has been very fast.
Sure.
I think the Mexicans have a better chance of winning the game.
Okay, a better chance of winning the game from Mexico, right?
Yes, Mexico.
Do you think South Africa can salvage anything from this game?
Well, they have to come with a different tactics, because the first half they were trying to go forward, but the Mexicans stopped them in the middle.
Okay.
So unless they come with a different tactics, I think Mexico has the upper hand.
Sure. Can you give me a final score in this one? Just a prediction.
2-0 against South Africa.
2-0 against South Africa. Quick prediction going around. Sir, can I have it with you? Oh, she on the call. I wanna get to the high table. I wanna get to the high table. Kindly come here. Let me have a few words. I've seen. We are the Beer Garden. You see, there's some small chops. There's beer. There's pork chops. There's chicken. You see, order something, drink something, enjoy yourself, enjoy the game. Hello, sir. How'd you end the first half?
Please, the light is very bright.
The light is very bright, eh? All right.
So let us speak chi.
We'll speak chi. Oh, no. Oh, wonderfully done. Wonderfully done. Yanka chikaka. Say you're gonna for one. Yanka chikaka. First half, who is it?
South Africa,
Omuhuso. Then Omunye.
Omu bobon say Omuni formation.
Omuni formation. The shape is bad.
I say tackle.
Also biala bola na.
And I share first goal in this one. Omu the ball in Mexico.
Obviously.
I mean, just say the way Omu ball.
I say amateur for being a mobile.
Yes, I'm coffee now, Mama Nigeria for no.
And South Africa coffee, see this story, This story. How South Africa? You know the both of them were in the same group, right? Remember? You just let this case rest because Asemba yenya with Asemba. But do you think that they can salvage anything in this game, though?
I don't know. I mean, I guess this is the first game.
Sure.
So obviously they go back. The locker room inside.
You mean this game is lost?
Oh no! I say bet be halftime.
Yes.
First game jitters. They come giddy. Hopefully,
what specifically do you think they should change in their setup that would help them?
Oh no!
Come into the
formation, though, they like if you looked at the way they set up,
the shape is very bad.
The shape is very bad.
Sure.
People they run.
Transition into the final third is just everywhere.
They can't string more than two passes
together.
I mean,
right. Unfortunately, for the South Africans,
this is World Cup.
Yes, it's nothing beautiful or nothing nice to watch. Nothing nice to write home about.
The coach for just bring everybody together, calm the hell down. Go back to first principles. Defenders
break and pass.
Your forwards.
Sure.
Figure out. Tape there. World Cup to the technology they played.
Obviously.
So the replays and everything.
Everything will be well for you. Final score prediction.
2-1.
2-1 against South Africa. All right. At this point in time, it looks like everybody is losing faith in the Republic of South Africa in the World Cup opener between South Africa and Mexico. It's 1-0 going to in favor of Mexico. It looks like Hugo Bruce has his work cut out for him, but definitely we'll still take thoughts. Kosi, I'd like to come back to you to get definitely analytics. Mr. Chris, we'll have to do the analytics for us, and we'll see how South Africa comes back into this game or how Mexico carried the day.
Absolutely. First half, where Mexico have their noses in front. Remember, we're live on Sport 106.1 FM. Can the South Africans get back into this? If they are to, Chris, what does Hugo Bruce have to do to ensure he doesn't leave this game with his nose bruised by Mexico?
What he needs to do going into this game is to tell the boys to play more of an attacking football. It looks like they scared. They kind of like scared to go out, and they kind of like scared to take chances. And this is the time he needs to encourage them to take more chances. They should dare themselves to go out there. And then if you have a player like Mofokeng from Orlando Pirates, who is one of the most prolific South African players in this modern day football, on the bench, this is the time you need to introduce him for him to work and pin back the defense of the Mexicans so that it can create chances for the men like Foster and Cole to penetrate. Because as you can see in the first half, South Africans were scared. Most of what they were doing was to soak the pressure, thinking they could rely on counter, but their offensive attack when they get to the third half is very poor. They keep losing the ball and all that. It seems like they are kind of confused. They are scared. I don't know whether it's because of the 85,000 supporters in the stadium who are wearing the green jersey that is scaring them or not, but they can do something in this game looking at the ball they've displayed, but it's left with the confidence, it's left with the motivation, it's left with the coach to tell them that, look, go out there and play the Bafana type of football that we know.
Absolutely. Can they go out there and play the Bafana type of football that we know? The boys against the L3 collar in a packed Aztec Stadium inside Mexico. The World Cup has officially kicked off. And the opening game, as thrilled so far. Bear in mind that Quinenos, they say he's from Latabio Koshi. His mother was born there. And he got the opening goal, third fastest opening goal in a World Cup. And that's history. Second half is upon us. And I hand you over to our commentator extraordinaire, Mr. Kelvin Owusu-Ansah.
Thank you so much, Kosi. Welcome back for second half action. I've told you, if you're anywhere, you need to join us here at Beer Garden. Also, it's not too far. You can find your place. Just enter Beer Garden into the Google map and it will bring you straight here for the game. Don't forget that our coverage on Sporty 106.1 FM in Accra, across affiliates in Kumasi and Takoradi. That's proudly brought to you by Black Star Lager. Raise your star. Pepsodent, do the two. You need to brush day and night. Didi Jollof, Didi Nasan Brebio. Handy Farms, more than a farm. Ghana's mango elevated from farm to table. So they are making this possible. Second half action getting ready. And looks more like Mexico would have no changes at this point. We'll get to wait to see whether South Africa would also make any changes. But as it stands now, it's going to be second half that South Africa would want to make amends.
They definitely will have to make amends. I mean, it's something that we've been saying throughout the first half. You need to work out how you're going to transition from defense to attack. Are you going to do that with your wing backs, or are you going to go to a normal traditional 4-back system, play right back, left back, who are always ready to stay and defend, also go forward when needed, only when needed? Or are you going to maintain the same wing back formation without going up and down? We know he has a weakness in recoveries. Are you still going to play that? We also know that Mexico is trying to use that to their advantage. So what are they going to do? Are they also going to continue that or use a different approach? So South Africa have to do some changes, but obviously it looks like they're still going to go with the same formation they started with the first half. So let's see how that turns out.
Both scores remain unchanged, and this time around South Africa will restart play. Second half action. Mexico and South Africa nil. The scores have been very much unchanged. Ryan imposed for Mexico. Reyes, Montes, Vasquez, Gallardo in defense. Eric Lira, Roberto Alvarado, Brent Gutierrez, Alvaro Fidalgo, Julian Quinones, And then Raul Jimenez completing the 11. South Africa starting very dangerously, playing right. In the back line has been given away by goalkeeper Rowan Williams. Can this be the second goal? Fidalgo looking forward to making that pass. And it's a clearance. Thereby, Emil Connor, a long drive just over the goalpost from Gutierrez. A chance gonna back in. Mexico failing to capitalize on the mistake from Rowan Williams.
Gutierrez has been so inexperienced for me. He's not done the right things at all. This was a goal begging, and he just gave it away. This was a right opportunity for them to have gotten a second goal. But as to why they did not get that connection, I think that they've let themselves down. But Williams will have to be cautious once again. The first goal they considered, he gave that pass and put Sitole into a trouble. And once again, he's done it again.
It was between the same players. Mudal with a quick ball finds Ikram Reyners. That's a poor touch. Gives the ball away. Quinones leaves it down for Fidalgo. Eric Lira. Ball down the left-hand side. Fidalgo plays it through, looking for the run of Quinones. But very good screening there from Ime Okon to win possession. For South Africa, Williams is still in post. Mudal, Okon, Sibisi, Mbukazi, Modiba, Adams, Sitole, Mukwena, Reyners, and Lau Foster completed. Lot of people looking forward to Oswin Apollis, who's been very much impressive. A dribbler that many would want to see. There's Temba Zwane. Lots of other players on the bench for South Africa. Because look at Sithole. It's not happening for him.
And he's not happy with how he's been let under the bus by his goalkeeper, sending him such passes that are very dangerous, exposing him. But I think he needs to be composed and just find a way of quickly releasing the balls. At least be aware when the ball comes to you, be anticipating what to do next with the ball.
That's a quick ball. Quinones sees Rowan Williams out of the goalkeeper's area. Was looking to catch him unaware.
Yeah.
But Williams read the situation well, and he went back to pick it up.
Ambitious effort from him, and that was well taken. I'm sure the power behind the ball was not just fast enough to beat Williams in the post. I think he saw it well, and I think he's so far one of the best players for Mexico up front. He's done well, and he has a goal to his credit as well. I think he's been that top for Mexico so far this time.
He's been that top for Mexico. That's a clearance in there once again. Bob won by Alvarado, looking forward to making that pass. But good gather by Mbukazi. Very good defensive work. I know Modiba will step in to make that pass. He finds solace in his goalkeeper, Rowan Williams. Rolls it down the right-hand side. Sibisi plays it down to Mudal. Mudal sends in a quick ball onto the path of Ikram Reyners, and that's a poor pass in there.
Offside.
Now Mexico looking forward to get to that ball, but Sithole plays it down onto the path of Jaden Adams. Adams sends in a quick ball looking for the run of Ikram Reyners, but brilliant interception from Montes. Cesar Montes, the captain of Mexico, making that timely interception. Fidalgo all the way back into the fence. Vasquez back to Montes. Montes places it down the right-hand side. He's Reyes. Reyes placing onto the path, and that's a quick ball in there. Gutierrez, great opportunity for Gutierrez, and and that's a foul just outside the penalty area, and that is clearly going to be a sending off, and it's a red card. Red card. Gutierrez with the run, and it was fouled by Sithole. Virtually everyone was caught ball watching. The pass went through, and the midfielder from the Liga Portugal side has fouled his man. Look at that. Everyone played out, and it looked like Sibisi played his man on. Very good decision.
There's a possibility of an offside there if the South Africans should protest for the referee to cross-check the VAR, because I sense a little offness in the takeoff from the Mexican player. But
he actually looked like CBD played with
CBC. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like an offside to me. But let's take a look at it again and see how it's gonna go.
Let's take a look at it, but it's being reviewed. 5 minutes inside the second half. And clearly, South Africa making the same mistakes they made in the first half. They seem not to be let in.
The press from Mexico, the center forward play. I mean, that was beautiful center forward. He got the ball, put himself in between the ball and the player, and dragged a foul out of that. And possibly, I mean, that has been cleared and checked. It's a red card. There was no offside there. So,
okay, but it's not a penalty though.
It's not a penalty.
It's not a penalty.
Just
outside the penalty area.
Yes.
He had to take one for the team.
South Africa have been caught sleeping so many times, and then this is one of the results of not really tracking back and making those runs when center forwards are making their runs into your half. It's quite unfortunate that
free kick for Mexico. Jimenez. He's looking forward to catching up to become the second highest scorer for Mexico. He has 46 goals now. Jared Bogetti has 47. This goal will get him at par. Jimenez, he goes in with a drive, but the wall does his job. Gutierrez leaves it down the left-hand side, and that's always rising. Gallardo, very wide. Free kick wasted.
I must say, if this is how Mexico is going to play throughout this tournament, then I can boldly say without fear of contradiction that they will not go far. Because in tournaments like this, you don't miss chances like this. You don't waste chances like this. You'll be punished for them.
You'll be punished for them. Ellie, at this point, if you were in Hugo Bruce's shoes, what options would you have taken now and with a man down?
Well, he has to pull one of the strikers off because you don't need to be conceding more goals now. You just have to stay compact and protect what you have and what you can get out of it. Be compact and see how you can be quick on the transition, if you can get something out of it or not. But you don't have to still keep two center forwards on the pitch at this point.
To Gutierrez, but Modal stretches, slides in and makes the tackle. Corner kick for Mexico.
That was a dangerous challenge there from Modal. Anything could have happened. The guy, if that slide caught the legs, he could have been holding himself. You need to be careful and be cautious with how they go into the tackles there. And you're already a man down. You don't need to be doing more of these things to go 9 men down when you are already trailing by a goal.
Already trailing by a goal. Corner kick for Mexico. And it's well delivered there by Alvarado. But the clearance comes in from South Africa. Ikram Reyners trying to run and pick up that ball. But anywhere will do now for Eric Lira. The central defensive midfielder. Muda was waiting for his man, Jaden Adams. But he realized he quickly needs to throw that one in before the throw-in is awarded to Mexico. Game continues. Teboho Mokoena seems to have stepped in between the defense, and that's a touch there. And Bukazi was looking forward to picking it up.
Unfortunately,
Modiba.
Sitole has not had the best game so far. His tournament has not started well for him. Gave away a goal in the first half, red carded early in the second half. Now, the coach will have to find a good complement for Mokoena in their subsequent games. But I think that South Africa need to reshape up. The shape has not worked for them, and so they have to re-strategize and get back into this game. Stay compact, and then hope that the quick transition can help you get something out of this game.
Need to stay compact and hope that quick transition would help them. And that's a quick ball down the right-hand side. Not the very one Alvarado wanted. It was too heavy a pass for him to latch onto. Throwing for South Africa. Is that going to be a change? He's forgotten that.
It's timing.
There's a countdown for you to effect the throw-in. Jaden Adams heads it not too far. Quinones trying to get the ball away. Teboho Mokoena wings possession. Trying to step forward. Looking for the right pass to make. That's it to his right hand side. He finds Ikram Reyners. Reyners looking forward to seeing Lau Foster inside the penalty area. It's just Foster. Look at the South Africans. They are locked up in their own area.
Yeah.
Jaden Adams. Aubrey Modiba. Virtually Mexico cover all their spaces and get into their defensive shape.
Yeah.
Teboho Mokoena down the right hand side. He finds Mudal. Mudal back to Mokoena. Mokoena trying to create space and make that pass. He does well to find. And Bukazi goes in with a drive. And Rahel picks it up the second time. Aubrey Modiba. That was a very good strike from about 30 yards. And Rahel nearly flubbed that save.
Yeah, they need more of that. at this point in time that you're a man down and a goal down, you need to be a bit ambitious up front. So that was a good one there from Modibe. They need to try more of those and continue to test the defense and the goalkeeping department of Mexico.
The South Africans look so clueless when they are in possession. It's like even before the red card, they were clueless. It's now gotten even worse. So the only option is try to take the shots from distance, from long range. I think this was one of the examples. Now you see, he's making that change, taking off the striker.
And Lau Foster goes off. Ellie, your man is going off.
Yeah,
and he's going to be replaced by Mbatha, which means that he's another defensive-minded
tactics.
As I predicted, I said that he needs to take one of the strikers off, and Foster has been the most lethargic, sluggish striker. He's not had his best game so far, so he needs to be sacrificed. Bring a defender on, stay compact, but I don't think he should be going back for another 3 centre backs anymore. At least just play the 4 centre backs and allow more men to be in the middle to complement your attacker that you have up front. But to go back to the 3, that is just like holding the team back forever.
So talent, Vandile Mbatha, 26-year-old central defensive midfielder, plays for Orlando Pirates. He's come on to replace Lau Foster. Imbokazi trying to win possession. He loses out on the challenge. And he's been helped once again by CBC. CBC trying to clear his lines. Not too far. South Africa win possession. Mokwena is going to be a free kick. Eric Lira getting onto the end of that. That was clearly a late challenge there from Jaden Adams. Don't forget that our coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup experience is probably brought to you by Black Star Lager. Raise your star. Pepsodent, do the 2. You need to brush day and night. And that is what we mean by doing the 2. Didi Jolov, Didi Na. Didi Na San Brebu. Who did you know San Brebu? Didi Jolov, Handy Farms. More than a farm. Ghana's mango. Elevated from farm to table. These are proud sponsors making it possible. Free kick, 58 minutes. Mexico 1, South Africa 0. You can see referee and Powell talking to Vasquez and Imbokazi, telling them to keep it cool. Free kick now, the delivery comes inside, penalty area, connection comes in, not too close, and Email Con will straight to Clay's line. Imbokazi steps in to send it wild away. Ikram Reyners wants to get onto the end of that, but that is too heavy. Goes out of play. Is going to be a throw-in for Mexico. Throw-in for Mexico. We're expecting that, there was going to be an attacking sense to South Africa's game, but a striker has been taken off and a defensive midfielder, and Mbatha has been brought on.
Well, the midfield, they lost the midfielder in Sitole with that red card, so they have to complement it and still keep the shape. I'm sure that's what the coach is trying to do, but I was expecting that at least he makes it a 4-back rather and have more men in the midfield because they've struggled to contain the Mexican midfield. And so if you don't do that well, then it looks like he just wants to contain the team, to hold up and see how they can go through the game without conceding more goals. Maybe that's the approach, but he could have done better by trying to allow more men to join the midfield.
A victory from Mexico would put them in a strong position to top Group A before meetings with South Korea and the Czech Republic. South Africa, even a draw, represent much more a significant statement as they seek to reach the knockout stages for the first time in their history. Quinones with a very good delivery. But once again, the run from Jesus Gallardo was a bit late. He couldn't get onto that. Alvarado, once again, he saw the ball coming. They seem to be picking up with the loose ends in the South African defense.
I mean, they'll be really exploited after this red card. I don't see any way. I don't see any. There's nothing that looks like or gives me the impression that the South African team are going to come back, not even get an equalizer. I feel Mexico is going to get 2 more goals or 1 more goal, and then that'll be it.
Mexico going to get 2 more goals or 1 more goal. Quick ball from Jaden Adams. He finds his man. Sent in a long one, TBC. Not too far. And it's going to be a throw-in for South Africa. 30 more minutes for the Bafana to make a difference. Sibisi. Teboho Mokwena lays it down for Sibisi. Sibisi gets back into defense. Ime Okon. Okon finds his goalkeeper, Rowan Williams, out of the penalty area. Calling for support. Mbatha gets in quickly. He finds that pass, and Aubrey Modiba has been pushed down. And Modiba calls the attention of the referee. That should be a yellow card, but referee says nothing doing, and the experienced Thembazwane coming on. Thembazwane comes on to replace Jaden Adams. And this one is a central defensive midfielder going on off for a forward. The experienced man from Mamelodi Sundowns.
I think he wants to use the laterals now. I'm sure he will want to play a fullback now, and then get Modibe and Mudau to complement the midfield and get some support up front in attack, because you need men to run up the Mexican defense. So I think this is a better substitution. I hope that it yields the results he's looking out for.
Thembazwane coming on is one of the experienced players South Africa have. Plays his club football for Mamelodi Sundowns. He just won the CAF Champions League. Mexico still in possession of the lead by a goal to the Quinones. First out finish on the 9th minute, separating the two teams. This is the 18th FIFA World Cup for Mexico, carrying one of the richest tournament histories outside Europe and Southern America. And this is what gets surprising. How did Nigeria miss out? Looking at the way South Africa is playing. Nigeria, I don't get it. How did they miss out?
Omasa. Maybe they didn't give light off.
The generator to spark. To spark and give them light for the games. It was off. St. Paul Wesley for a foul there once again. Quinones, that was a high foot there on Mudau.
Well, he deserves a card. I don't know what the referee is waiting for, but that's
St. Paul clearly not interested in that.
It's a bookable offense.
Quinones. And you can see Mexico preparing for their first substitution. Javier Aguirre still wants a lot more from his team.
It looks like Hugo Bruce does not want to move away from his shape. He still wants to keep it, even down by a man, and that is fascinating. You need to also come back into the game, at least get a goal, and that will help you in the subsequent games. But to still stick to your shape and not putting more men to support attack, because there's a cross in there, but there are not enough men behind the ball. That will not work to get you the equalizer you're looking for.
And you can see Aubrey Modiba. I was looking forward to making a very good delivery, but that delivery wasn't impressive. And it goes out of play for a goal kick. South Africa still trying to find their way through. Goal kick to Mexico. And the countdown begins from the center referee. As I said, Raul Rangel still on the ball. They've made that pass. Thembazwane telling Ikram Reynes to quickly get onto the heels of the goalkeeper, trying to play it out. Eric Lira finds Vasquez. Vasquez sent in a long one. And it's going out of play, going to be a throw-in. Throw-in to be effected. Mudau quickly throws it down to Sibisi. Sibisi to Ime Okon. Finds his goalkeeper, Rowan Williams. Williams sent in a long one with the pressure coming in through. Thembazwane far away from Montes. Montes brings it down on his chest, sends in a long one looking for Jimenez. Jimenez jumps high and wings that aerial tassel, but ball drops to South Africa. Inside the area, Mbatha lays it down for Sibisi. Sibisi to Mudau. Mudau back to Sibisi. Sibisi gets caught, fails to sort out his feet. Quinones gets the ball to Gutierrez. Gutierrez was trying to get the ball through. Intelligent through ball was right. Stop there. And Sibisi apologizes to the rest of the team. A long ball. Ikram Reynolds has been pushed from behind. Fails to get any touch on the ball. 65 minutes played. And the first substitutions from Mexico will be coming. Gilberto Mora, the 17-year-old, coming on to replace Gutierrez. So Gutierrez going off. Brian Gutierrez. And it's Tomora. Gilberto Mora coming on. And as Luis Chavez also coming on to replace Fidalgo. Substitution for Mexico. It looks more like they want a lot more vibe in their central attacking areas.
Yeah, I think that was a good call, good substitution there from the coach, because they've not taken advantage of the one-man advantage they have over South Africa. Playing against 10 against 11, you need to have that advantage, but they're not putting in the work. So I think that was a good substitution for them. They need to show that they are a man up and then put more pressure on South Africa, and if necessary, get the extra goal that they need to cushion their lead.
They need to do better and try to cushion their lead. Game continues. 66 minutes played. Mexico 1, South Africa 0. Talking about Gilberto Mora, one of the excellent players you find in Europe. Quinones down the right-hand side. Mora looking forward to send that delivery. A delivery comes in, and Jimenez with a goal! Brilliant header latching onto that delivery. And Mexico are 2-0 up. South Africa caught ball watching. Quick transition from Mexico. And it was down the right silent delivery sent in. And he was caught on mark. Just thumping that one home with a knockdown overheader. Mexico 2, South Africa 0.
I think the coach deserves the credit for a good substitution he made there. Now, the flanks. Gutierrez was the one using the right flank there. He wasn't making the most out of that space. But once the substitution comes in, the cross goes there. The cross was perfect, landing on the right space for Raul Jimenez. And like I said, once the connection is right, he will make sure he does the right job. And he's done exactly to get a second goal for himself and a second goal for the country to put themselves up above in this game. And now South Africa will now have to be licking their wounds because they've caused themselves so much harm in this game.
They've caused themselves so much harm in this particular game. And that is Mexico. Raul Jimenez, he becomes the second all-time top scorer for Mexico. And it's now time for the hydration break. Rowan Williams and South Africa down by 2-0. Christian, tall order for the Bafana.
It's so sad. It's so disgracing. It's so embarrassing to Africa.
Why were you expecting this? Were you expecting anything different?
No, I wasn't. Listen, well, I've always knew that Mexico being the host nation is going to be a tax, but then put up a fight to make a state. Prego is still maintaining certain. You have Mofuken on the bench who is more of an attacking force. What are you doing? After the red card, what was the game plan? How do you switch? I mean, what is this? This is so embarrassing. And look at it. Look at the crossing. Look at the header. That was a free header. Free unmarked. Unmarked.
Christian, the way you are fighting for South Africans,
and
our brothers here are not happy with you.
See, what we are failing to understand, is that South Africa losing, they watching that the rest of Africa is against them, will even fuel their attack on us.
Let them do. We want them to come home. We want them to come home early so that they'll come and do their jobs.
Because
they are taking their jobs. We don't want to do it. They should come home early and come and do their jobs.
Because now they'll be triggered. Their fans will get angry, and then if you don't take that,
let them come home early and
this
come
is
and
the
take
first
their
time
jobs.
I'm watching.
We don't want to do their jobs.
This is the first time I'm watching a major tournament like this that the entire African country is a continent is against one African
Christian,
country.
you don't push me
It's
to
amazing.
the wall. You don't push me to the wall and expect me to act the way you want. That one, it won't happen.
Let us not forget that South Africa have never made it out of the group stage.
Yes, so
in all their World Cup appearances.
Exactly.
So it's a normal phenomenon.
It's
yeah,
Nigeria no massa. And Nigeria no massa. Game continues. the hydration break, and it's 2-0 in favor of Mexico. The opener, the Azteca Stadium in Mexico City. Kwame, it looks like there's no way for South Africa to come back into this game.
I already told you that we are in for possibly 1 or 2 more goals from Mexico, and the game is done. I mean, South Africa are still playing as if they have 11 players on the pitch. When you know very well that this is a team, they cut open defenses. It's very obvious from the way they scored the second goal. 1 pinpoint cross to your target man, and the second goal. South Africa is still playing like there's nothing at stake. Just like my boss said, it's very disgraceful from an African country. But hey, we as Ghanaians are really enjoying this, so I don't get a problem.
You don't get a problem. We're just overly cautious, but this is the World Cup. I always say, if you want to win, you need to take risks. You need to be daring. You can't stay meticulous, merry, and win. It never happens in football.
It never happens. And I'm wondering how the Nigerians will be feeling that, we allow these guys to go to the World Cup and go and be doing this when we could have done. They'll be home watching and say, how did we get these guys to overtake us to go to the World Cup? And we are here watching them mess up like this. I'm sure Nigeria would have obviously done very, very well or better than what South Africa is putting up there. But yeah, it's normal for South Africa to always go to the World Cup and come back without anything from the group stages.
Brilliant passing there, picked up by Quinones, leaves it down the left-hand side, picked up by Raul Jimenez, and he has been flagged offside. His run was too quick for that pass from Quinones. Has virtually single-handedly been destroying the South African team.
Yeah.
From the wide areas through the central areas, he's been doing all the damage.
Well, maybe because of his complexion, he has more energy than the others. The gringo blood is giving him an advantageous position ahead of the other players. He's doing very well from the left flank into center, and then cutting through the passes. He's been one of the best players for Mexico this evening.
It's a crown or a Ghanaian.
Or a Ghanaian.
Baby.
And another loose end from South Africa. Jimenez picks it, runs inside the penalty. I'm looking for a penalty. Referee Simpao says nothing doing, but he decides
VAR is
to wait for attention to Jimenez, and the VAR would attend to that. Brilliant pass. Gilberto Mora was waiting for that. Jimenez, and he's been pushed down. And that was a brilliant pass there from Alvarado. Jimenez picked it up, and you can clearly see it was Sibisi. Right, was that a badge into his man?
Yeah, he went ahead of him. He went ahead of him. It's not as if he came from behind him to nudge him off. It was ahead of him, and then it was shoulder. It was like body nudge. And it's normal. It's football, it's contact sports. And so the 50-50 challenge there, I don't think it's a penalty.
I think the attacker even went down too easy. I mean, he just let himself go.
He was looking for it. He was clearly looking for it. Game continues just over the halfway line, and Sibisi steps in with a challenge. He's going to get into the books of the referee. Yellow for Sibisi. Mokwena making a complaint. Sibisi. In Kosinati, Sibisi. Kwame Hutchins said it's not ideal for radio. I would say.
I'm not sure I can say it on radio. He just came out.
That was
I mean, South Africans, they have unique body features, If you know, you know, yeah.
And clearly looking at it, VAR reviewing it. They want a red card for this, but the referee Simpao says that will be all. A free kick. 74 minutes played. Mexico 2, South Africa 0. Sporty 106.1 FM in Accra, bringing you live coverage of the World Cup Opener. And we are doing this together with Beer Garden here in Osu. You need to join us. It's not too late after this. It's after party. Charlie, South Africa has lost to. Come, let's party. There's more to drink, more to eat. Plenty. Come here. This is the center of town. Anywhere you want to come, it's free, no traffic. Just come to Beer Garden. Let's have a good time.
In as much we are enjoying, we are happy that South Africa is going down. Let's not forget the Black Stars who will be playing.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the aftermath. We are dealing with currency. Game continues. This is the exciting World Cup brought to you by Sporty 106.1 FM. And it's proudly supported by our valued partners. Black Star Lager, raise your star. Pepsodent, do the two, brush day and night. And Didi Jollof, Didi, Nasan Brebio, Hendy Farms, More Than a Farm, and Ghana's Mango elevated from farm to table. Kwame eventually worried, and South Africa will make 2 more substitutions, same as Mexico, and Edson Alvarez coming on. Edson Alvarez, the man who was expected to start, but Eric Lira has proven he's much more of a more ideal DM. And Gonzalez also coming on to replace Raul Jimenez. He's played his part, and it's time for him to go off. And he's a player who is virtually loved by many. For South Africa, Ikram Reyners goes off, and Evidence Maupa comes on. Ikram Reyners goes off, and Evidence Mahopa also comes on, and Aubrey Modiba and Oswin Apolis also comes on. Oswin Apolis and Evidence Mahopa. Kwame, quite surprised, he's now bringing on his wingers.
I mean, it's quite surprising that you have wingers on the bench, wingers who actually they have the job to go at defenders, and you want to play wing backs. And the football there, what was Charlie?
And Oswin Police makes an entry. He was one of the players, you know, they're creative players, but it was quite surprising he left him out of the starting lineup.
I was even thinking maybe he would want to bring him later on to change the dynamics of the game for them, but now that the game is more difficult, I don't know what he's expecting them to come and do now, because the steam of the team is lost. The team is not playing with enough urgency anymore for me. So I don't know, but maybe their individual instincts could help the team in terms of how they attack from the flanks. The only problem is that you don't have enough men to challenge the balls that are sent in from the crosses. So it's still going to be difficult for them. Maybe let's see what they make out of it.
Let's see what happened to the final minute of the game. 77 minutes played. Mexico leading 2-0. Jimenez and Quinones with a 2-goal separating the two teams. Goalkeeper Rangel plays it down the left-hand side, picked up by Vasquez. Walks out of his defensive end, leaves it down for Chavez. Chavez rolls it down the right-hand side. Israel Reyes just on the halfway line. Gilberto Mora makes that turn. Still waiting for that space to make that pass. Montes picks it up. Rolls it back to Mora, 17-year-old, looking forward to the stabbing. Lots of defenders at this tournament. Is going to be a throw-in against South Africa. Mudau thought it was going to be for South Africa. And the final substitution being made. Quinones has played his part, and it's time for him to go off. He's virtually dismantled them. And Quinones goes off. His place has been taken by Vega. And looks more like they still have enough arsenals to head to this South African team.
Yeah, they do have a lot of men on the bench to change the dynamics of the game at any point in time. But Quinones getting a standing ovation there. He's played very well to push the Mexicans this far, 2-0 up with a man ahead. I think they've been in good control. They could have done more, score more goals. And so if they're not taking the chances like this, the next games will be difficult for them. But I think they still have what it takes.
And Mokoena, I think he's just been gifted this free kick by the referee.
Yeah,
it was lazy on his part.
He has been pardoned because he could have released the ball and saved himself from all the hassle. The Mexican had the right to pursue him, tackle him. It's part of football. So he's just lucky there.
He gets lucky there. 79 minutes approaching the 80th minute. South Africa down by 2-0. Evidence Mahopa winning that area tussles. Looking forward to Mbata latching onto that. But Vasquez wins possession. Place it down to Montes. Montes back to Vasquez. Inside the defensive and just after the penalty area. That's a long ball in there into midfield in Mbata. That's what to win possession. South Africa, Oswin Apolis. And the clearance comes in from Montes. Not too far. Israel Reyes trying to get back into position. South Africa. Also, when Apollos picks up the ball, is he going to go for a long drive? Apollos gets himself in a good shooting position, goes slow. But Rahel picks it up with ease, and it's Alvarado down on the 10. There seemed to have been a collision there. And also when Apollos clearly showing his intent and the quality he's given the South African team.
Yeah, that's why
that
the coach...
that was silly from
Yeah.
Tembazwane.
And it's lucky maybe VAR has not checked that out, but that was sportsmanly for him. But I think our police has shown why the coach brought him on. Players who can drift in, shoot on target. They should have been on the field way earlier, or even starting the game to give you different dynamics up front. But now that it's difficult, he's trying to get them to find something out for the South Africans. But I don't know if it's too late for them, though. 10 minutes to end the game. What more can they do? Let's wait to see. But I think Mexico have really shown that they have full control over this game, and they have the 3 points in their pockets already.
Mexico have clearly shown they have full control of this game. 81 minutes, approaching the 82nd minute. And Quinones would have his piece and wait for the second game of the tournament. They've put Mexico in a very good position to qualify to the next stage. And there's going to be a review of that incident. It was nasty from Tembazwane with all his experience.
I mean, I was hoping this won't go to VAR, but I mean, looking at the replay, it looked like it was a very nasty challenge on the head from Zwane. I mean, there it is.
That was nasty.
There it is. I mean, it was quite nasty. Yeah.
Discipline.
You know, I mentioned that it was unsporting, and he should be lucky if it doesn't go to VAR. And once they've called the referee to come and check it out, that is malicious from him and could easily be booked for it, sent off.
The referee is looking at it, and this is a 36-year-old player. 36 years. The captain of Mamelodi Sundowns.
He should know better. He should know better. I mean, I can understand that there's a lot of frustration in the air. They are down by 2-0. They are down by a man. So they're trying everything they can. Oh, man.
So it was clearly a slap onto the face.
It should be a red card.
Of Ado. And Tembazwane is clearly, let's wait to see whether it's going to be a yellow card or a red card, because now it is allowed that the VAR would instruct whether it's going to be a yellow or red. Tembazwane, the referee will quickly explain that Tembazwane foul play from him. It was a slap in the face of Alvarado. And Mudal taking all the time in the world to listen to the referee. And it's a red card. That is the decision from Wilton Simpao, the Brazilian referee. And Tembazwane goes off. South Africa will finish the game with 9 men.
It's quite unfortunate. I mean, there's somebody who was supposed to come and effect change in the game. He has effected change, but in a very negative way. He's been on the pitch for less than 20 minutes, and it looks like his stay in the game has been cut short by that nasty challenge from him. 36-year-old veteran, I expected more from him.
They expected a lot more, but he's decided to disappoint. Tembazwane.
I think Hugo will be leaving the South African national team. I think this is the time he needs to walk out.
Already? Is that the first game? They could win their next 2 games.
Look, let me tell you something. If he has respect for his craft and the job he's doing, he should just lead them through the next 3 or 2 matches left, and he should say bye-bye to the South African national team.
That's exactly what he's going to do.
Because this is so embarrassing. They will look disorganized on the field. There is no tactics. As I sit here, like I said from the onset, I am so much into the tactics, the philosophy, and the game plan. I'm not seeing any game plan. You consider the first goal. You couldn't come up with any strategy to hold them and try to make an impact. But errors over errors, maybe where I will try to pardon them with will be, this is 99% of the players' first time going to the World Cup. So probably there'll be like some inexperiences there we can consider, but in total, this is embarrassing to South African football. This is worse to African football.
I'm not sure that indiscipline. You see the way they are violent without any provocation. The same thing that has applied on
Listen.
It is their nature.
Listen,
Don't defend them.
No, I am not defending.
At the age of 36,
I am doing
your
pure.
team is losing. You have a man down as captain of Sundowns. You cannot be sensible enough that you don't slap a player.
No,
I don't get it.
Listen. I am not applying whatever.
Let's not mince words.
No, wait.
That was silly.
Wait, I
That
am
was
not
silly from
applying.
him.
I am not applying what is happening outside the football fraternity to football.
But it's their nature.
But I'm saying the error he committed in football, it happens. Emotions are high.
It's their nature. 36.
So you need to understand.
You can't be that silly. But game continues. Our coverage of the 2026 FIFA World Cup on Sporty FM, proudly brought to you by Black Star Lager. Raise your star. Pepsi and do the two. Brush day and night. And Didi Jollof, Didi Nassan Brebio. Also Handy Farms, more than a farm. Ghana's Mango elevated from farm to table. And here at Beer Garden, we are having a very good time. Come, let's party after this game. There's more time. We'll be here till, midnight. Maybe you can even watch the 2 a.m. game. Yeah, South Korea's game. You will be here. Let's drink, let's party all night. Forget, tomorrow is Friday after our what? It's just going to be a small query from your boss.
Yeah, we are going to party.
We'll help you reply it. This one, no problem.
We are going to party with some. I'm a piano.
Game continues in there. Gilberto Mora gets inside the penalty area. Chavez tries to sort out his feet, but the clearance comes in from South Africa. Ime Okon. And CBC gets himself in that tussle. Oswena Police leaves it for evidence. Bahopa. But he couldn't find him Bekezeli and he pushes his man down. Lots of frustration.
It's their nature.
Yes. It is their nature, you see. Sano Motie. Look at this. Why? And it's not like this is a center forward.
Yeah.
And center forwards are always blocked by defenders.
Yes.
You should be able to keep your cool.
Yeah.
You should be able to keep your cool.
Needless.
And you see, Mbokazi nearly hit his man, but he realized, hey, Charlie, you're already 2 men down.
It's in their nature to be aggressive and violent at times. But this is football, and we expect them to abide by the rules of the game, because you know that once you are violent, you're going off. And so they need to be alert about this one.
Well, game continues. Mexico leading South Africa by 2-0. Goals from Quinones and Raul Jimenez helping them to take all 3 points against a 9-man South African team who've had Sithole and Thembazwane sent off. Vega lays it down for Montes. Montes places it down the right-hand side. Israel Reyes is looking forward to making that pass. That's well. Chavez trying to clear his lines, but Mbokazi wins possession. He's trying to get the ball for a quick restart. But Chavez claims innocence. Ronwen Williams. Evidence Mahopa. Mudau. It hasn't really been a good time. And for what Ronwen Williams did in the opening minutes of the game, all has gone into the bin.
I actually feel bad for him. I mean, pulling out 2 or 3 saves in the first half, just to lose by 2-0 and then we're down by 2 men. They haven't been fair to him at all. He's been. I mean, yes, the first goal was his own doing. Almost considered another goal from that. But aside that, he's made some very, very good saves. And it's unfortunate that his team has to go down like this. You can't be but he still didn't give that pass.
Well, he gave the pass, but Christian says you can't blame him for the game. Edson Alvarez adding some more urgency. He wants a lot more goals. Waiting for additional minutes as we've hit the 90th minute mark. Alvarez trying to send it across. He does well to pick up the scrap. Mbokazi trying to win possession. Oswena Police. That's well to win possession. He finds evidence Maopa. A quick turn in there. CBC. But he's lost possession once again. Alvarez, that's what to make the pass. And it's another stamp. It's a free kick against South Africa. Edson Alvarez comes down. Mbokazi is very much tired. A 20-year-old Chicago Fire defender. Lots of aggression. See, Vega wants a quick restart. The referees, foul, whistles. 7 minutes of additional time to be played, probably from the hydration break and also from the video assistant referee reviews.
And also from the many substitutions that were had in the game. But I think that it's fair. It's fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yes, it's fair enough. And Mexico should take advantage of that. They still have the advantage of 2 men. They should be able to put in some urgency in the passes and be quick, put in more pressure, and see if they can get the third goal.
You never know what happens in the next 2 games.
Yes,
you may lose all the 2 games, and you may now be thinking about
survival.
Yeah, yes, the goal difference. Exactly.
So they need to
Game
score more
continues
goals.
ball inside the penalty area. Chavez has been forced to push it out. And it's Israel Reyes not willing to murray down the right-hand side of attack. Ball played down the left-hand side. Gilberto Mora opens up space. Picks up his man, Vega. It's rather Gutierrez has been brought down. Game continues. Evidence now by Mudal. Mudal looking for that run. Mudal 20 man. And that is Montes, the captain. Is that going to be a red card? And the referee goes down to his back pocket. And Simpao. And he tells him, is that going to be the red card? And that's a red card for the captain, Montes. It was quite a silly challenge. The decision is made. And the captain, Cesar Montes, goes off after being shown the red card. But they call for a VAR review. Ellie.
I think he should be lucky if he was not the last man there. But I think that he shouldn't have gone for the tackle. His defenders were coming back to support him. Even the cross was coming through. He did not keep a calm head. He did not act as a captain on this occasion. It was needless for him to have gone for that tackle. And he deserves to have gotten that red card. The consequences of it is harsh, but he deserves to have gotten that red card. Right, unacceptable.
I've told you, if started partying, South Africa are losing. Come to Beer Garden, let's enjoy. I'm telling you, come to Beer Garden. It's a red card, and referee Simpao not ready to change his decision.
I mean, it's a clear red card. First, it's a foul. But as to whether he was the last man, is what I was trying to find out, because it looked like there was another player tracking the runner. So I don't know whether he was the last man or not. But it looks like the decision is final, and they're going to finish the game with 10 men. But I think it wouldn't change anything in the game. Mexico are still very, very, yeah.
Did anyone expect 3 red cards from this game? Eligondo.
Absolutely
go
not. More goals, maybe. But for 3 cards, that is unimaginable. Indiscipline from 2 teams, and we have to see better in the subsequent games.
Teboho Mokoena to effect this free kick. 4 more minutes to be played, and the additional time indicated by the 4th official. Teboho Mokoena and Imbokazi stand behind the ball. It looks more like it's going to be a drive from Imbokazi, but he receives instructions from Mokoena from the coach. And as the free kick, they quickly need to effect. The whistle has gone to Bo Mokoena. And that's a drive, and that free kick has been wasted. The free kick has been wasted. The intent was just to play down onto his man. But Mokazi failed to lay down a very good pass. Vega waiting to throw in. Free kick wasted.
That was a terrible free kick, man. I don't know. We get the idea, but it looks like the player who the ball was being set for wasn't ready for that. It was terrible. Very, very terrible. I hope I don't see this.
Very, very terrible. A great opportunity. Sent in one ball. Mbata steps in to make the challenge. Teboho Mokoena waiting for that ball. But Mbokazi decides to press play. Evidence Mahopa. Mahopa calls for support. He fights Oswena Apolis. Laces out for Mokoena. Mokoena back to Apolis. And as Apolis trying to create something, he does well to find Mokoena. Mokoena goes down the right-hand side. Too heavy a pass for Mudal, who was retreating. Unfortunately, couldn't find the right balance to get onto that pass.
The team has just lost its team. They're not playing together anymore. They are frustrated. Two red cards and 2 goals down. There's frustration all over. You're not playing as a team anymore, and that is showing evidently in how the passes are going through.
How the passes are going through. Throw in Sibisi. Throw in for South Africa. Leads it down for Mudal. The countdown is on for Mudal to quickly throw the ball down. And Mudal quickly throws it down all the way back to Sibisi. Sibisi gets into the penalty area, and his goalkeeper, Rowan Williams, telling them, just keep your cool. But Mahopa wants a long ball into the Mexican area, sends in a long ball, and Evidence Mahopa does well to win that aerial tussle. Mudal keeps it in play down the right-hand side. He has support coming in from Mokoena, but anywhere would do now for Alvarez. And that's a poor touch in there coming from Vega. Is going to be a throw-in for South Africa.
I mean, Kelvin, before this game, if anybody told you that there's going to be 3 red cards in this game, look, on Sporty Plug, we did every possible analysis. Red card was not one of them. 3 red cards. Do you know how much that will fetch you on Sporty Bet?
Well,
I'm paying.
Yeah, paying. That's all. After the first tackle from Mokoena, you should have emphasized that second half there was going to be a red card. You know.
No, one red card, fine, but 3?
Yeah. Game continues. Vega with the ball, looking to try and find a third goal, but the clearance comes in from Ime Okon. He finds Oswin Apolis. Plays it down. He finds Mokoena. And it's once again Mudal out to this marker. Ball picked up by Mbatha. Mokoena wanted that ball to play that field. It's going to be a free kick for South Africa. It looks like Mudal came off west from that challenge.
I think
that was a stamp right there on his foot.
Stamp on his foot.
Painful.
Yeah, I'm sure he's feeling the pain there, but I don't know why Mexico is retreating and trying to sit back at this point in time. You have a 2-goal lead with an advantage in a man. Just keep on pushing your men forward. Who knows? You could get a third goal from this one. I don't know why they're trying to retreat.
And that's the end of the game by the Brazilian referee, Walton Simpao Westland. A game of 3 red cards, 2 goals. South Africa with virtually nothing to hope for. But for Mexico, the right on, despite having the captain, Cesar Montes, being shown the red card in the final minutes of the game. Quinones in the 9th minute and Jimenez in the 67th minute had their goals, being enough to give Mexico all 3 points in the World Cup opener. And that has been how the game has ended. Elicondo, Christian, quick thoughts, and then we'll call it a wrap, because if Yaka will take over to wrap it all up.
I think it's been a good game. Yes, Mexico have shown that they are hosting the World Cup, and they've hosted us very well with a good game. 2 goals to be good. They played very well. They were defensively compact enough. They had more men in the midfield. They attacked with the crosses coming in at the right time, and they got 2 goals. Very impressive. South Africa, on the other hand, have not shown that they're up for a World Cup challenge this time. They were indisciplined. Did not play together well enough. The compact positioning was not good enough. So I think they let themselves down, and so Mexico deserved to have won, and 3 points in the bag. Good for them to progress into the next round of the competition. I think they are doing that well. And after seeing a good game like this, I think Beer Garden has complemented it well for me. I must say that their chicken wings is one of the best in town. So those who are listening in town should troop in here and enjoy the food and all the beer that is in here.
Open Amdodo, and I'm here. You should come back tomorrow and get some. Beer Garden, thank you so much. It's been a good time. Because if you can't take over, but you know,
I think if you ask me, I'm much disappointed in Mexico, because having a 2 red card numerical advantage, you could have punished them to secure yourself. But then, all things being equal, kudos to the host. They've started on a very good note, and South Africa has a lot of work to do. Hugo needs to go back with his boys and rectify their problem with a hope. Now, what will make chance for them is that the next game between Korea Republic and Czechia, if it should be a draw, it will open space for South Africa. But if Czechia or Korea should win, it will be very difficult for South Africa. Very, very difficult for South Africa. Charlie, Beer Gardens, I'm with that need your wow.
What I say?
I'm with that need your wow.
Well, and that is how we call it a wrap here. On commentary, because if you can, and the rest of the team Kobe Perry will quickly take over, but let's give thanks to our partners making this coverage a success. Black Star Lager, raise your star. Pepsodent do the two. Brash day and night. Didi Jollof, Didi Nassan Bread View, and Handy Farms, more than a farm. Ghana's mango elevated from farm to table. That is it there. My name is Tom No Song. Kosifiaga takes over. It's Mexico to South Africa now.
Absolutely. Mr. Piano could not stand the might of salsa, or however you want to call it. But then again, it's been couldn't stand the might of tacos. Now South Africa have to go back to the drawing board. But what a game. A lot of red cards, but then again, it was exciting. The FIFA World Cup is officially underway. And before we bring this to an end, there's just very prudent that Kobe Perry takes the thoughts of the people that watch the game with us.
All right, so I have some agenda guys here. I want to speak to the agenda guys because it looks like there was a lot of agenda. Chairman, you look disappointed, a bit down. Why? What's up? It be investment or it be just the game?
It be just the game.
Why you vex? Calm. Tranquilo, muchacho. Tranquilo. Why you vex? I'm seeing a lot of Pojo boys in the house. Why? If you Pojo reunion for here or like, I don't know. I just know they understand why. But anyways, boss, why?
I vex because this game should have been like a 5-0.
Charlie.
Against South Africa this time around. And it should have
You
been
wanted a trashing.
like serious trashing.
Oh,
like,
Charlie.
They need to go back home and go and do their jobs.
They should go back. They should go back.
Go back and go and do
They should go back.
They have nobody doing their jobs now since they are here. So they have
Charlie.
to go back and go and do their jobs. It should have been 5-0 so that we know that there is no recovery for them with regards to their best third place team and what have you.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
That's why me I vex.
That's why you vex. But anyways, did you enjoy the game though?
I mean, it was a fantastic game.
Sure.
I mean, in a very long time, we have not had a first game.
With a lot of drama like this. I love the drama though.
Very intense. 3 red cards. Like the guy was saying, Charlie, if you tear this thing, 3 red
Bro. I believe yeah. But anyways, we enjoyed the game. I'm glad you enjoyed the game as well. I'm not seeing any beer. You know, like you're in a beer garden. You know, I mean, we're in a beer garden, bro.
The beer is for the after party.
It's for the after party. There's a lot of tail beer in the house. Get to the counter, get to the bar, order yourself some tail beer, enjoy yourself. Yeah, it's Ghanaian brewed. You understand? You raise your own star. Raise your own star. You understand? A lot of boys in the house. I know a lot of beer counterparts in the house. I've seen Roland in the house. I've seen a lot of boys in the house. The youngsters boys, my Pujo boys are here. Thanks for coming out. I'll be getting them in no time. Boss, talk to me. You know you talk to me. Talk to me. Agenda sake. Did you enjoy it? For a sake. Did you enjoy the game?
Yeah,
You enjoyed the game?
Yes.
All right, sure. Give me your team for this World Cup. Your team for this World Cup. You are Ghana and you, Maza. Before, let me give you a caveat before you answer. We are Ghana and you, Maza. Be very, very careful the way you answer. You understand? You have every right to answer, but what you say can be used against you in the world. Thank you very much. What team or what country are you supporting in this particular World Cup, boss?
It's not Ghana.
It's not Ghana. You feel free. It's what?
It's either Argentina or France.
Either Argentina or France.
Yes.
Hey, Charlie. So what did you do in the 2022 World Cup final? What did you do?
What did I do?
Yeah, they were both in the final. So if you are saying it's either Argentina or France, I'm asking. I just want to know. How did you feel in that particular final?
I just enjoyed the game.
You just enjoyed the game, yeah. All right, sure. Thank you very much for that one. Boss, looks like you don't want to talk. Oh, why? You don't want to talk. Why? Just talk to me. Talk to me. Do you enjoy the game? Or you have lost some investment? Because it looks like everything is okay. You just came. All right, but you enjoyed the game, or you didn't? You didn't even watch the game. All right.
I was hoping South Africa would lose.
You were hoping South Africa would lose. I've seen South Africa. I've seen R2Bs wearing Mexico jerseys. I've seen Shatawale Sakwadie wearing Mexico. Charlie, what's all this? What's all this?
Be against that.
Asemba munya botre, like Asem Aba munya. Calm down. Be calming down.
So I'm coming down today.
You know, I'm coming down today. So you are hoping that South Africa will lose their next match too?
Of course.
Oh, Charlie. What at all the boys do you?
They're not going to be once.
Oh, but it's not a team. It's not a football team. It's not the go back. It was not a football team. That's their business. That's not your business. But you remember that there are South Africans in Ghana, and you are about to play. You know that. Hey, Charlie. Can you say this out loud?
I don't have faith in my country.
Why don't you have faith in the Black Stars? The Kakalika boys. Ooh, Charlie, Kakalika boys.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
We are being honest. Talk to me.
Why do you have faith in Ghana still?
Oh, why? The Black Stars, 2010 Black Stars.
2010 was 16 years ago.
Yes. Oh, see, if you say that, they will not agree. You know the song by Out2B is over. It was made in 2017. Oh. It's still a banger. Yeah, so just have some small faith, small one. I want to do this interview properly. You understand? I want to do it properly because there have been times we're on national television. Oh, big roller. We are on national television. You will talk. Just tell me you are clad in a Ghana jersey. That's why I want to talk to you. So this is a personal one. This is my senior from the youngsters. This is my senior from Pope John. And definitely, as I'm holding the mic, I'll put you under pressure. And allow. You are a Kakalika boy. You are wearing a Ghana Black Stars jersey. I understand. Boss, do you have faith in the Black Stars, first of all?
No.
So, Charlie, it won't be no. You don't have faith in Black Stars.
No.
What team are you supporting in the World Cup 2026? Portugal or France?
Yeah.
Charlie. All right, but you watched the game or you didn't watch the game?
I didn't watch the game.
Are you happy that South Africa lost?
Yeah.
Why?
Go back.
go back. Big shouts. It's been a good time. I'm so glad I'm seeing you today. Trust me, we'll definitely get back to you. Hey, PJ boys are here. Allow. The PJ boys are here. Allow. Oh, Charlie, are you doing this? Are you doing this right now? Oh, still getting conversation. All right, boss. I want to talk to you. No. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Are you here for the beer or you are here for the game? Talk to me. Be honest. Are you here for the beer or you are here for the game?
I came to hate watch.
You came to hate watch, yeah. And did it go successfully?
Very well.
Come on. What's your Mexican name? Julio. Hey, Charlie. Your man say Mexican name be Julio. Charlie. You know easy. I can see Elicondo still enjoying some wings from Beer Garden. Are you in love with the wings, bro? You can't even talk. Charlie. See, if you have not experienced chicken wings from Beer Garden, trust me, this is the perfect time. It's walk in. I see the Karaoke Kings here. It's definitely going to be an amazing night. We're still here. There's an after party after the hate watch. You understand? There's an after party after the hate watch. So definitely, you need to get here right now. If you're in traffic, you're on your way home, you're in and around the environs of Osu or Laboni, just walk in. Beer Gardens is active. There's great food, good music. There's going to be karaoke. There's an after party. Definitely going to enjoy ourselves. And Sporty FM, your voice of sport 106.1. We're still here. Yours truly, I go by the name MC Kobe Perry. I'm handing over to the one and only General Kosi Fiaka.
Amazing stuff. Thank you very much, MC Kobe Perry. And it's been an absolutely exhilarating journey right here as the World Cup has kicked off. Mexico, El Tricolor 2, the Bafana 0. There was a bloodbath, 3 red cards. By a lot of thrills. The tone has been set, and on Sporty FM, we'll bring you all the action live. My name, as always, is Kosi Fiaka. You can call me the General. I've done this with Chris Elicondo, Winston Michaels, Kelvin Oswansa, Nana Kwame Labi, and the entire team and the entire crew. Till we meet again, it's adios from us right here on Sporty FM.